TheRantCast! Aha! Yes! It is the Rantcast Podcast. Welcome! Twitch.tv/TheRantCastPodcast. We are live October 21st. We're starting a late show, but we're glad you're here. Music, courtesy of Suno.com or Suno.com or Suno.com, whatever you want to call it. Created with the assistance of AI by TheStrangeBus, who, of course, is my co-host. I am Kurgan, your host here tonight, and I'm really excited. We got Joe here, we got Bohemius, we got the Fairweather Man, got a whole pirate crew with Jolly Pirate nicknames, everybody but Yul Brunner. All right, and let me bring my co-host on. He is known as TheStrangeBus, and he's here. How you doing? You're live.
Is this my cue? Oh, okay. I can't scream it, but I can give it some grill. You know.
Yeah.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the TheRantCastPodcast. I am TheStrangeBus, also known as Josh, and yeah. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope you're having a great day out there. I'm actually just bringing the chat up here right now. So Bohemius, Joe, whoever else is in the chat right now. I'm actually saving a project, so I can't see the whole chat at the moment. But welcome, and hope you're staying warm if you're somewhere cold, and vice versa, because it's freezing over here now. So
yeah,
freezing my rear end off.
Getting that cold snap. That Midwestern cold snap.
But I hope everybody is doing okay. I hope you're taking good care of yourselves and each other. And we got a pretty decent show for you guys tonight. So,
yeah, it's good.
I have yet to take a look. You're going to have to remind me, Kurgan, how many episodes is the Rantcast on so far?
Yes.
Because I can't see it from here.
Last I checked, we were at episode 87. And this is episode 87.
Hot dog. We are moving closer to 100. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Technically, I think we'd be at 100 episodes by now, but...
Oh, yeah. If we didn't count season 0.
It's Booptober, everybody. Or Boo Fest, as I like to call it, because everybody uses Booptober now, so...
Gotta change what the kids are doing. You'd be ahead of the curve.
For everybody who's celebrating that special time of the month, Hallows Eve or Halloween, we wish you a wonderful holiday or holiday month. I like to consider this whole month Halloween. I'd have my lights on, but I totally forgot.
All the prep for it. We got a little bit of orange back there. You got a little spider web. You're like, what's spider web?
Doing some spooky games too. Spooky games. I have the whole. My wife did the whole office. So.
Oh, nice.
Bless her heart. Yeah. But we've got a couple topics to go over. I know we've got. If you still have the episode titled this way, we've got leaks, more leaks. It just won't stop. I clog it up, and it just keeps leaking in here.
Yeah, we're always changing the titles. Leaking everywhere.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of crap that's being released. Some stuff that was in the Star Wars area, and then some HeroQuest stuff. We'll be going over kind of the finality. I've kind of touched the stuff with Xbox. I know Malwhip, if you're in here. Wonderful discussion with that guy in Discord.
Yeah.
So, but kind of going over the kind of finality of the game streaming and the overall impact. And then to kind of, I guess, finish it up, we'll just kind of top it off with the power hour. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You've probably seen I've already done kind of a couple of like last minute videos. Like I get home from work and somebody's like, "Oh, there's some HeroQuest stuff." I'm what the? And I have to quickly throw up a video, throw it
Oh
up,
man.
and then like try to go to sleep. Hey, Jacer's here too. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys.
The whole gang is here.
Yep. Hail,
I'll
hail.
try to get this back into full screen.
And if you're listening on Spotify, thanks for checking us out. So we hey, and because it's audio only, we can like pretend. So we can pretend that you're in like this like full on like Halloween like doom lair with like, the flickering colored lights and everything. But no. Not quite there yet.
Usually I do my lights in the background. I'd like do orange and stuff, but
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to it, and I'm like afraid I'll spend all that time like doing all the lights, and then my computer now, since I'm on Linux, I can customize each LED.
Oh
I'll
boy.
spend all that time doing that work, and then it'll be the end of the month.
Yeah.
So I
Spooptober 2.
yeah,
Return to Boot Fest.
I'll just forget about it for now.
Get
Just for
about.
now. Forget about it.
Get
Forget
out
about
of
it.
here.
Yeah, get out of here. Just get out of here.
Yeah. Oh man.
Um, so I guess let me go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
Um,
You want
there's
to?
some mighty differences uh, with this cast. We'll start with one. I'm not wearing a hat. Did you notice that, Kurgan? I'm not wearing a hat.
You're not going to
I
take your
am
face off?
showcasing. No.
All right.
So if I blind anybody in the audience,
It's not
let
wearing
me
the
know.
hat. The hat has been taken off, folks.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like
I
you won a round of Fatal Fury and the hat went up in the air and back down to the ground.
That's right. They
Well,
shot off my beret.
I think the first time I saw Star Wars Theory without his hat, I was like, wait a minute, who is this guy?
He's like super bald.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of like it either works or doesn't work for you. So like for me, it works, but I have to like wear certain clothes
Ah,
to have that bald look.
yeah.
So
Star Wars man. Yep. That's right. He
mhm,
is the Star Wars man. Jacer says orange works for Thanksgiving too. So he's got a point.
that it does.
Turkey for
Orange,
me,
yellow,
turkey for you.
brown.
Let's eat some turkey in a big brown shoe. Adam
Turkey for me,
Sandler.
turkey for you.
I was watching some of his old SNL skits from back in the day. Man, what a time. It's like he was annoying, but he
Yeah,
was he was kind of clever and kind of funny.
I feel like there's a good middle ground in that era.
Yeah.
Like it's funny, but if you watch too much of it, it can get a little overbearing.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm that
especially like,
yeah, I was that way with the late great Robin Williams. I'm that way with Jim Carrey as well. It's like good in small
mhm.
doses, but I can't overdo it or I have to turn it off. I'm just like, no, it's too much.
And I feel like because they did something different then, so like you could handle it in bigger doses. Well, certain people could handle it in bigger doses then, but now like it's good to watch and enjoy. Like Jim Carrey, I looked up to him as a child
Yeah.
because like he was always happy, always liked to make people laugh,
Hmm.
and that was my thing as a kid. Like I was always goofy, so it's really sad because there's like an underlying weirdness about him now. I guess if you like do a little bit of deep digging,
Yeah,
which I unfortunately I listen to a lot of documentaries. Now I take them with a grain of salt, but
of course.
I he had a pretty big hiatus in his life, which back in the day we all thought he just taking a break,
Hmm.
but I guess it was
Some dark
a little
stuff
bit more
happening.
involved,
Yeah.
and he's a little weird at times. Like and like once again, you should never like try to get to know the people that you enjoy just watching. Like you never want to get to know them on a personal level because you may end up not liking them. But he gets really weird. Like like
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, just like
Well,
kind of. And you don't know whether or not it's a ploy or not, but like,
yeah.
um,
Is he ever not
yeah,
acting? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Joe's making a reference to Adam Sandler did the "They're All Gonna Laugh at You" album, which I remember I listened to with a guy in high school. I'm like, what the hell? Because I'd never seen that side of him before. It was very experimental, very let's say obscene. Uh,
Mm.
yeah. But that's Adam Sandler, and let's see. I was gonna say, oh, uh,
Look on the
Bohemians.
bright side, Strange Bus. Now you finally look like a well-mannered man. Well, well,
You're about to see those manners go out the window.
you catch me a lot of the times. Well, at least when I stream. When I
Hmm.
stream, I'm in my comfortable clothes, like really comfortable clothes.
Yeah.
Like I kind of never left high school clothes. And that's kind of how I like enjoy dressing, like in my personal time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate the compliment, Bohemius, but this is usually how I dress in like a more public setting.
There you go. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do wear a hat though, a lot of the time.
There are some streamers out there that wear like really dress up, and you just imagine like the rest of the day they're just like wearing their pajamas, like stained t-shirt and stuff, and then it's like, oh, time to stream. Put the tux on, slick the hair back. It's like, all right, let's do it. It's like a uniform. You put it on, and it changes you. It like gets you ready for the thing you're
In Italy,
gonna
it's
do.
a very bad manner wearing a hat in the house.
Ah,
So my parts of my family adopted some of that tradition. Um,
like, take your hat off. What are you doing?
yeah, and me being like Southern, like mostly Southern Italian, I can't say that I've adopted a lot of Italian traditions, but that I could say I grew up around some of that. But when I'm alone and by myself, or I'm streaming and I'm like, I don't, it's a completely different like category for me, I guess.
Yeah.
When I'm at like just at home around my kids and stuff, I'm not wearing a hat unless it's like bedtime and it's freezing outside.
Yep.
But yeah, just like I'm convinced Kurgan is always dressed as Zargon. But
Oh,
removing your hat here is a sign of respect. Okay. See, now I don't know whether to take these as compliments or like I've been insulting my Rantcast
like
chat since we
take
started.
your hat off. Like, oh, like you kept the hat on because you're like, listen, Microsoft, I'm gonna tell you a thing or two.
Yeah. So just
Totally different cultural.
say, look, you'll never catch me doing that. You'll never catch me doing that. Joe is having my pants past my rear end. I'll never do that. I used to give people crap in high school for that.
Yeah.
I used
I
to like de-pants people, but
You still
the
occasionally see it.
yeah,
There was a guy ahead of me in line. Like I was at the grocery store, and he had something like stuffed in his pants too, and I was just like, listen, I'm just gonna do my business and get out of here. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah.
but like if you could tell, like I'm in nice clothes, but my jeans have a hole in them, and I already feel like kind of crappy about that.
Oh, Joe,
But
we were talking about Goodfellas right before the movie, right before the stream started. Just busting your balls
though the disclaimer at the beginning of the rantcast about obscenity was about your hat.
this whole
Look,
time.
it's mostly because I have like a thing about my hair. I usually, well, the last couple of years, I've kind of been losing it, like more, and I kind of haven't really found a way to, like, I guess, trim it to a way that's not completely weird or looks like I can't take care of myself. So I pretty much do my own hair. now because like I'm not going to go to a
Secrets of the
stylist
Rantcast.
and have them trim my hair when I barely have any up there. So I will just do my own hair. And I finally took the time because I'm working a lot more. I'm actually out in public a lot more now, and it's our busy season. I faded my hair. Now, if I screw up, I'll just be bald. You'll see me bald. But that's how that goes. But yeah, I usually I'm probably gonna be more comfortable when I'm streaming. Like I'm not in lavender shirt and khakis and stuff.
Gold
But
chain.
I was in like a suit like two rant casts ago,
Yeah,
like a suit and stuff. I do things.
he does things. Well, so you've been keeping busy, and
Hmm.
I've been keeping busy. I'm having to face some car repairs here coming up, but it's necessary because
Oh yeah,
winter's coming. I got
yeah.
a,
I heard
I
you
I drive an old car, and sometimes it
you got
gives me
that
a hard time.
oil trouble, huh?
Yep, leaking everywhere, leaking like a sieve.
Yes, that's the topic of conversation
Yeah,
today is leaking.
leaking. Yeah, sometimes
Um,
leaks are bad. Sometimes leaks are good. Oh man,
well,
Joe. Well, okay, listen. I've spent a lot of time talking about HeroQuest, and I'm definitely going to do that tonight. But I want to hear from you, sir, because we're never going to get to your topics if we don't.
oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I don't mind the small talk. Small talk is nice.
yeah.
Speaking of Joe,
Pardon the
we
plan.
were we were me and Kurgan were both kind of eyeing the Discord, and saw that you had recently canceled your Xbox subscription. Now, is it?
Yeah,
I don't know if Malwhip is present, but
I don't see him.
the you said that you had tried to turn on your Xbox and it was pretty much like useless or a brick, and I was like shocked, and then so I talked to Kurgan and I was like, hey, did Xbox change anything recently besides their subscription prices that like stated that you couldn't play your own games or digital games that you bought? And because I was like really shocked there for a minute. So I wanted to ask you, Joe, if
Yeah, let's get it straight from you.
you know, since you canceled Game Pass, is it really a useless box? Because I feel like can't play
Oh,
anything, not even the one I paid. Because I looked it up here, and it said that you could still play the games you own.
the ones he
Um,
actually bought.
yeah, even with the ones with the digital code.
Are you talking about
So
playing offline?
yeah, are you talking about like doing anything online? Because I'm more talking about like if I own like single player games or physical media, or even something that's digitally downloaded on the system that's not bought through or not used through Game Pass, just something that I bought on the store. Would you be able to use that?
See, I thought that stuff would still be working. Like it'd be just maybe you couldn't play multiplayer online, or yeah, if it was like a game you got just because of the pass, like basically like a rental, that would go away.
Yeah, please take a screenshot because I'm looking it up here. Um,
All right, thanks, Joe. Yeah, keep
and
us keep us in
you
the keep us honest
still
on this, because
play your
I'll admit
games
I don't have
without
I still
Game
have I
Pass.
still have 360, and I haven't canceled mine. So
Look, man,
you threw me
as
off the street.
great as the 360 is,
It's old. I don't
like
care about it.
you, you're way back.
I'm probably overpaying
Um,
for it because, yeah, I mean, I just do it so I can play online occasionally.
can I play games I bought? Play games without Game Pass. Yes, if you buy a game digitally it is yours permanently. You could play it even if your Xbox Game Pass subscription expires. However, you will need to have the game downloaded or installed.
So maybe there's a workaround and he can still play it, or he's gonna have to
Well, hold on.
get on the line with customer service and tell him a thing or two.
Let's see. Because that one was from last year. Let's see. Game Pass, Core Ultimate.
If they've altered the deal again, getting worse all the time.
I'm just trying to look here. That one's just an ad. Oh, okay. We got a screenshot, I think. Or I got something, I thought. Oh, you posted it in the stream thing. I was like looking in our regular room. Looks like you need to renew Xbox Game Pass. Hey, do you see this, Kurgan? You want to put this up?
I can.
If that's okay?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. If your subscription is current, try quitting and relaunching the game. Is that something that you had on Game Pass, though, Joe? Like, is that something that you got from Game Pass? Or is it a game that you own?
If I switch over, I might lose you here, or lose the picture. Josh, if you want to post it in our chat,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
can do that. Hold on.
put it on still store, rocket number 9.
Copy image. Paste. It won't let me do that. I need Nitro.
Oh man, speaking of, now I gotta complain about Discord.
It says my sound. It says the sound is gone. What?
Uh-oh.
Did you lose us?
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Well.
Ruh-roh. Well, we're still kicking it.
Yeah, we're still kicking it old school.
Let me test it here real quick.
Yeah, we still got sound. I think it's you, buddy. Sorry. And just in case there's any issues with the sound, I am recording as well. So. Whoa.
Yeah, you'd have to go in there unless Joe can send it to you.
Yeah.
But according to this, you could still play stuff that you own, but his screenshot is definitely.
Sounds like you need to complain.
Definitely.
You need to talk to the manager.
Here, maybe I can share my screen here real quick. Hold on.
The magic words are, I want you to escalate this complaint to the next level.
Let me share my entire screen with you.
Whoa.
See if that'll work. And then I will. Okay, can we see that?
Oh, crap. You need to renew your Game Pass.
But I'm thinking, is that a game that he got with Game Pass?
Oh, I see Ribby's coasters. Nice.
It was when I turned on my TV to get my Xbox screenshot. Oh, okay.
Well, okay, so that's the nag screen that it gives you. But what if you go to one of your games? Like, can you exit out of it and still use your console?
It says try quitting and relaunching the game if your subscription is current. So it looks like he's trying to launch a game. What I'm asking is that game something that you got on Game Pass?
He says yes.
Yes, those were through Game Pass. Yeah, okay. So similar to PlayStation Plus, right? If and this is what they're saying here too, and I can understand this, even though it sucks. If you were a longtime member of Game Pass and you got your games on Game Pass, I don't know if you bought them or if they were just or if they were just deals where they gave them to you. Because like PlayStation Plus would do the same thing. Like they'll have like a deal or they'll give a free game to you or something. And then you'll have that game in your library. If you lose PlayStation Plus, like you stop paying for it, those games are still part of your account. However, they are not accessible until you pay the subscription service. So unless you bought the game digitally, like with your money and not through Game Pass, or you bought the game physically, then anything you have on Game Pass is gone.
Okay, I get what he's saying now. So the stuff that was
Free through Game Pass. Okay.
because I remember with the 360, the games with gold, you just downloaded them and you owned them. They were yours. They were free. But
Yeah,
with Xbox
but
One, if you stopped
you
paying for
never owned
this,
them,
well, I know,
right?
yeah, but I mean, like you could use it independently of paying for the service. Is what I'm trying to say. I know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But with
That
Xbox
makes sense.
One, you had to keep paying for your subscription. If you stopped your subscription, all of a sudden you lost access to your library of games, except for the physical ones that you bought at the store, right? But then if you started paying
Hmm.
again, they came back. But that was Xbox One. Now with Game Pass,
I
so,
mean,
so Baldur's
it's
Gate,
similar to
if he paid for
to
Baldur's Gate outside of Game Pass, he should still be able to play it.
so yes, he should. Anything that so like I said, I have never used a subscription service for games. Like I think I had PlayStation Plus for a little bit to play like games online when I had a PlayStation. I Xbox was kind of I was kind of out of the Xbox race after I went through 4 360s. So um, my thing was is when I had PS Plus, it was to play games with people, or for their. They did have like a PlayStation Now thing for a little bit, but I didn't really utilize it. They gave you a game or two for free, and then they had discounted games. If you went through PlayStation Plus to get any of those games, I'm pretty sure if you, even the ones that I think you buy, if you lose PS Plus,
Well, that really
and
sucks.
although I'm not, if you lose PS Plus, you don't have access to those games. Although I could be wrong about the ones that you buy, but it's the ones that
Well,
are
I would think
given to you through PS Plus.
any games that you paid extra for, you should still have. Whereas like
Yeah.
anything that was like part of the service that they just let you use
Yeah,
as
because it
part
was
of
like a 10% off thing if you were a PS Plus member. So you got to keep those, but
because I know
the
the
free
early
games
there were early access games. Those I think just went away on their own.
and the free games you didn't get to keep.
Yeah.
The
I'm
ones
not
that
saying
they gave to you.
I'm not saying I like that system. I feel like you should just if they give it to you, you should have it. But I'm also comparing it to something like Netflix. Like if you stop paying for Netflix, do you get to keep all the movies you had? No. Now they
No,
did
because
have
they were PS Plus exclusives though. And like I said, it's
yeah,
to me I don't yes, it's not like and like so this is where we get into our
customer
topics, right?
friendly.
Like
Yeah.
for me it was kind of one of those things where at the beginning when they first started doing these things like Game Pass, before Game Pass it was Gold or Xbox Live, and then they did PlayStation Plus when they first started doing that stuff. They found ways to kind of entice people to stay subscripted or to keep a subscription. Excuse me. So if you, for example, wanted to keep a subscription but you're having like kind of an off month, you got like a couple free games. They had like some really cheap games that they would like hand off to you. And they were like, "Hey, you're subscribed to PlayStation, you can have these." And you'd be like, "Oh, cool. Well, I can't afford to pay for my subscription next month." Well, cool. They're still in your library, but unfortunately, you can't play them until you resubscribe. And as much as that sucks, I can understand that in some degree. It's kind of like a free game that they give to you for being a Plus member. And it's not like it's anything crazy. Most of the time, it was like an indie game or it was like I don't know, something that was on sale.
Yeah.
But you did get discounts
Port Royal
with
3 is still
that
free.
stuff.
That game every 6 months I get an email saying Port Royal 3 is free. It's like, listen, I downloaded it the second it was
Is
available.
that with GOG or what?
No, it's with Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
But I got it through games
now,
with gold, so I mean it's quote
now,
unquote mine.
now we have
Yeah, Fairweather
Game
Man.
Pass.
Fairweather Man played Halo 2. Halo 2 is a great game. I got into the Halo series quite late. I wasn't like all these people that, grew up playing it, but I've had some great games of it. I'm not a top tier player, but I do enjoy some Halo, especially Halo Reach, where you're doing the firefight, fighting all the respawning alien waves. That's great. Lots of fun.
And now we have Game Pass that originally had kind of the same premise. It also offered kind of like a good deal for a reasonable price. And I say reasonable because it was reasonable. Now, because, the many factors, whether the economic climate's a little different or the fact that they are not making as much money as they want, or they're losing too much money and they lied about it. They decided to do this new plan. And I think this is something they've been rolling out for a while because they started out with that whole new thing where everything's an Xbox. And I think that this has kind of been a thing in the making when Microsoft started buying out multiple developers and publishers. And then when they realized that the console race wasn't as important going into the next year, probably like 2024, 2023, and that PlayStation was kind of gaining the rest of the ground and whatever was left was coming up through Nintendo, that they were just like, okay, well, we have what we have now, and they're going to go in a different direction. So I wanted to start this topic with kind of a finality between game streaming and this is the subscription hype, because I had a wonderful conversation with Malwhip in our Discord.
Yep.
And I really do mean that. It was a pretty decent conversation, because I didn't know the guy was a huge fan of Xbox when I first started like trash talking this at first. So I'm glad I didn't offend the guy. But I personally am not a fan of Xbox. But I've also since I was younger, I've also chosen different opportunities. I've been around PlayStation most of my life. I've also been I built computers since I was young. So I've kind of, even though I was in the console market, I kind of strayed away from it for the majority of the time and went straight into PC. So I was part of the Microsoft thing, but I was not as much on the Xbox side as I was just in the Windows side. I don't know.
Hey, the Atari
I
2600
understand.
was a fun console.
I understand that you go with what works for you, right? Luna was great for my kids. It's an Amazon product. I don't particularly like Amazon right off the top of my, just, because I think that's way too big of a company, but they can be convenient at times. I'm not just going to wipe my hands clean, but I am not going to I'm not going to dive all in. Me and Kurgan were just talking about they have an internet service, which is actually kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
But
I forgot
yeah,
to throw up an article on that.
they have a whole internet service now. They do more than just deliver your packages, and it's they're now getting into the point where they're trying to save money, and they're doing a third party program to where they don't even supply the truck anymore. People just go out and use their own car, or they rent a van and they will deliver the packages for them, which I think is no offense, I think it's kind of foolish to do so, because you're blowing money to make money, or in that case you're putting more miles in your car. I mean, I guess you're still getting paid, but it's kind of more towards the hustle culture or the grind culture we have today. But to kind of go back to my original topic here, um, I feel like we're kind of getting more towards eliminating single-use products and going more into once again the Ubisoft method, trying to get people to be more comfortable in not owning anything or feeling like they can like have something in their library, trying to siphon more money out of a customer, which in some cases other people would ask, well, why not? Well, because you are the customer too. Like you wake up in the morning, you pay your bills, you work hard for a living. I do not want to be on the receiving end of the battering ram every time somebody gets a bright idea of how to make more money off of me. And I don't think it should be the opposite. I don't think I should be screwing the business. But at the same time, we had a pretty good system about 10 to 15 years ago with Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, where games were digital. Even with the whole licensing stuff, games were digital. We had physical media that was available to you. And if a game was popular, not a lot of copies got made. But, you know, physical media doesn't cost that much to really print. But that's besides the point. Now we're going into excuses of, well, we can't afford to keep printing this stuff. It's a dated culture, so we'll go into digital one-time purchases, and then 5 years later, now we're going into subscription culture where it's, streaming is everywhere, subscriptions are everywhere, and they're trying to push that into games, which would be great. I actually don't mind the fact that we do streaming for video games because it makes it accessible everywhere if you have a good internet connection. The bad thing is that we're going backwards with it because they're trying to, I feel like businesses are trying to eliminate the need for you to purchase something and rely solely on paying the subscription service. So, and I hope people understand that. I hope like there's an understanding. I kind of ramble, especially this late. I get like really like groggy, but where I'm getting at is a lot of businesses will throw the pretty much the book at you, or they'll give you an excuse that, oh well, it's too expensive to keep doing this or doing this, and well, it's not expensive to throw a digital license out there for you to purchase. It's annoying for them because they could be making more money off of you because they've seen people do it. It's convenience people are paying for right now. And unfortunately, it does work. I wish it was more fortunate that we could do stuff like that without a big corporate Mongol looking down and going, well, you know, profits are going up. More people are going to Game Pass. Why don't we just focus on that and jack the price up? So instead of making a quality product or something that's more reliable, we just jack the price up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you really can't do anything about it because
innovating
at the end of the day,
and keeping people loyal is one thing, but yeah, just squeezing them is another.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like we have people who don't notice the difference, and that's not their fault because at the end of the day, I don't expect Malwhip to play billions of other video games or be on different platforms. If Xbox is something he's comfortable with, yeah, by God, stick with Xbox. Like, stick with Game Pass. My thing is that I don't want this to become the norm because I feel like that's the direction they're going in. And here I just lost chat. Sorry, I'll bring this back up in a minute. I'm kind of going on my tirade.
That's what the
With
Rantcast's all
Ultimate
about.
being $30 a month, right? Premium being $14.99, and you get your first 14 days for $1. There's not too many differences except for you get EA Play and Ubisoft, and the difference of games that are available. You get to stream games, you get access to titles. I think you get new games day one with the Ultimate, yeah? Yeah, okay. And then the other one, you get new published games within the 12 months of launch. So Essential is practically worthless at that point. There's 50 plus games on Xbox console, PC supported devices, and you can use it just to stream games you already own.
I can
So it's a streaming service for your games.
I can answer.
Keep in mind.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Keep in mind, for $10 a month, if that's what you're using it for, my Steam Deck does that for free, and with little to no setup at all. I can stream games that I own. Now, really bad idea mentioning that because, Valve could be listening. But that's the great part about Steam, is that you've got a piece of hardware that you can stream pretty much anywhere or have games on it. And there is a workaround to where you can stream it anywhere, but I can put games on it and I can stream it anywhere in my house for free. This allows me to stream games anywhere for $10 a month. And then you get multiplayer and benefits. Like I said, if it works for you and this is all you've got, then you really are making a deal. But I still urge people to go back to buying their stuff or at least purchasing a digital license, because there are still certain restrictions to the company that, they can't just rip it away from you unless they have certain cause to do that.
I like Joe's thing. See, I drive an old car. I mean, partially because I can't afford like a fancy newer one, but also I kind of prefer the older one. Now, if I really had my act together, I'd be mechanically inclined so that I could keep repairing my own vehicle and I wouldn't have to rely on, new stuff, right?
Just
Because
did that with my car.
yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, if you're able to fix your own car, then you could have like an old vintage vehicle, just keep, as long as you got the money to put into it, you could keep it running. But with the modern stuff, it's like it's not going to last. You just have to get rid of it.
I'm waiting
Cassette player.
for the day that Microsoft mentions purchasable games or digital content as a dying breed. And that's where I'm at with that. Is because this seems like a plan to where game streaming is the future. Right? Because hardware is too expensive. Malwip talked to me about that earlier too. Like, hardware is expensive. There's a lot of reasons why people would go to something like this, because it offers a lot of benefits and it's $30 a month. Okay, but what keeps them from jacking the price up again? Like, those are my retorts. Like, I don't mind that you like that. My thing is, and I'll even go over to PlayStation with it. I have PlayStation up right now, right? PlayStation offers something different. Excuse me, because their stuff right now is, I believe, a little bit different and more towards the classical or the classic end, but I think they're starting to move towards what Xbox is doing. They have Essential, Extra, and Premium. And Essential gives you multiplayer, some new games that you can add to your collection, just like the original PlayStation Plus. And it's $10 a month or $80 a year. Extra gives you I don't know. What is it? What's the difference here? Oh, Ubisoft Classics, and I guess the access to their game catalog. And then premium, extra, I'm sorry, was $14 a month. Premium, $17 or $18 a month, and it gives you the classics catalog, game trials, cloud streaming, and a bunch of extra shit like share play, exclusive content, cloud storage, more cloud storage. It just adds shit on top of it. So, once again, you don't get the cloud streaming though until you get to the premium. Which I think gets even worse, because then in order to cloud stream, you need to pay the $18 a month. So I think that I saw this kind of come in back in 2022 when game streaming was kind of trying to take off, again. But you had services like Luna and GeForce Now and stuff trying to lead the competition. So I don't mind game streaming because it could be a very useful thing. It could be useful for people who don't have hardware, and people who have big families like me, who don't have time, and they just want to play a game or two with their kids, or they have kids and they don't want to go and shell $1,000 and possibly lose, because that stuff's going to get broken if their kids get too hard on it. All I have to do is buy a controller and that's it. That's good. Pay a monthly subscription, and if you don't want to pay for it anymore, you've lost nothing. You pay for it again. That's fine. The big thing is that we go from it's like businesses for some reason are too cheap to hold on to one trend anymore. I don't know when this started happening, but it's now that we've moved on to the next trend, we're not evolving or developing something new. We're making this so we can take something away. So as soon as this gets popular, it's going to be, we don't need to have the digital store anymore, because this will be games nowadays. Just like movies. Most movies are available that way.
Yeah.
Although I think you can still digitally buy movies on certain platforms. I think Apple allows you to do it, Amazon allows you to do it.
Yep. Yeah. Amazon always allows you to own it. Well,
but physical copies are really dying out. So
with Amazon, you can actually download the movie to your hard drive. So even if you cancel the service, you've still got it. I think I got one or two movies and I was like, oh, I know what it is. They're gonna make it so it only plays on their player, but nope, it still worked. So I don't know.
Joe, I wouldn't be surprised though if your Xbox is a brick at that point, because the Xbone tried to do that where it had to be always online, and every game you bought was just a digital license. And Nintendo's doing it now, and for some reason people are okay with it. But we were not okay with it in 2013, and I don't know what changed.
Yeah, the Switch
because it's still the same insulting shit. So, I tell people every time, just because they stop doing something doesn't mean that it's over. Doesn't mean that we've saved the day or anything like that. It literally just means that either somebody's going to take their place, a corporate leader or a CEO, they're just going to take their place, and they're just going to do it again 10 to 15 years later, when the climate's changed, when generations have changed, because it's pretty much like starting a whole new slate. We're old now. We're like a generation that you take for granted because all we talk about is shit that happened back in the day. And when we do that, it seems like we're meandering. So the people who are doing this don't take it seriously. And that's how I viewed it, is the fact that, like, to me it's not about the nostalgia point, it's the fact that I don't want to get screwed every month to play video games. There's nothing better about this. When I used to laugh at my grandfather and stuff about stuff like this, it was more because like we had things that was more convenient, and it wasn't about understanding something. And no offense to my grandfather, he is a great guy. What I'm saying is, like, I feel like we're just going backwards into something. Game streaming is convenient, but businesses aren't using it for convenience. We're being led into a corner, and it's happened multiple times.
Joe
Like
says,
with
I sound like a real cheapskate not wanting to pay for a sub just to play games. Well, like I've been saying in the chat while you've been going, I've been having a little side conversation. I feel like yes, you can pay for the convenience, but if you want the thing, you have to work a little bit harder. You have to pay a little bit more. So I wouldn't have to own all these cartridges that I do, but I wanted to have my own copy. Like, and because of all the shenanigans with these companies, that's pushed me harder to like, you know what? I really like this game. I play it a lot, or I really like this movie. I watch it a lot. I should get a physical copy. Like, and that's what I do. And it's like, and it's work. I have to look. I have to look around. If I can't find it in stores, look online, look for a deal. Keep looking, go through all the crap. And it's like, okay, is this a bootleg? Is this a really beat up copy? It's like, oh no, this is good. Okay, I paid a little bit more for it, but now I've got it, and I don't have to worry. Like, oh yeah, they take the servers down and it's gone. You know, or they re-edit it, and now I don't get access to the stuff I wanted. But some things you just lose, like signing on to Xbox Live when Halo first came out. That's an experience you'll never have again, right? It's totally different now. So, but the good thing
well,
is,
they have homemade servers, don't they? That
yeah,
you
they
can
do.
play.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So I remember I got a 360 for my brother because I'd always brought mine over to his house and like played it with him, and it's just finally like, you know what? Let's get you set up so that we can just play together. And I think like 343 Studios announced like that very week that I gave it to him, like, oh yeah, all the Halo servers on legacy systems are being shut down. It's only the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One and up that'll have online servers. And we're like, what? But then we realized, no, no, you can still. So all you got to do is just contact your friend and say, hey, look, I'm getting on. You want to play? And you could have a private match. You could still do it. Now, some games like Unreal Tournament 3, that's still running on like the same engine. So you can just run a dedicated server and just or run your own system as a dedicated server. Somebody can join you. So those games will quote unquote never go away as long as there's internet. I mean, I'm thinking of all those games that had GameSpy as their matchmaking service. And when GameSpy went away, all those people were screwed out of their online experience, right? But then Steam comes along, acquires those games, uh, reprograms the net code so that you can play on their servers, but it's the same problem. If Steam ever goes away or decides, oh, you don't get access to that, then it's gone again, and you're back to just playing offline. Or so the games that I invest in now are, it's like, okay, do these games have independent servers? Can I do couch gaming? Can I play split screen? That type of thing. And sometimes I just have to say, you know what? I'm not going to be getting the latest game in the series. I'll be getting one of the older ones that I know I can just plug two TVs together or whatever, play on a private server. So yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
sucks, but I mean,
it really
you,
does.
you you make
And
you make it work. It's think about it like you could think about it like in terms of books. You like getting stuff from the library. That's awesome, but what if you can't go to the library anymore? Now you wish you had those books. Or let's say you had a Kindle or something, and it's like you have like hundreds of books on your Kindle. You're reading these books. You want to read your favorite book? Oh, my Kindle's broken, or they ended the service or whatever. It's gone. Now I can't read it anymore. Well, now you wish you had a physical text, that didn't require electricity that you could just pull out anytime and read it.
I
So
think with my
yeah,
old PS3, I think the games that were downloaded on it still worked. The ones that were downloaded from the store,
that's
even
cool.
when they shut the store down. So that was good. Because that brought something up for me. Like I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure those worked. But I mean, to finalize, PC is still the one market right now where you're not being like completely taken for a ride as far as hopping onto a platform and playing a game. There are certain platforms like Ubisoft and EA that want to charge you a subscription like service, but at the end of the day, Steam, like Epic, if you ever use that, GOG, there's a couple of these platforms that are still readily available for people who just want to buy something and play it. Now, I don't know how long that's going to hold up for if we make it so that the climate relies on games being streamed only, or us relying on games as a service.
it's
And
just
that's more of what I'm afraid of, right?
yeah.
Is, you know, Valve's a pretty big company, and as much as I trust them about as much as any other big company, but like they've been pretty open about letting people just, leaving well enough alone. They do some weird shit every now and then, and you know, if I had to pick a lesser evil, I suppose. But that's where I'm getting at is, you can't hop on a console now without being offered a service. Period. And now your Xbox is going to have ads just as much as your Amazon Kindle would have ads if you bought the cheaper version. To me, if I had to do anything, I wouldn't be offering cheaper versions of any devices to throw ads on them. And I know that's a stupid idea. I know that sounds stupid to any major businessman ever, or anybody who wants to do anything marketable, because those ads pay for half those devices.
Yeah.
But there are consequences ongoing for what we're doing here.
Yep.
Like soon you aren't going to be playing Cyberpunk, you are going to be living it.
Yeah.
Like we are going to be surrounded by those things. Like more so than we already are. You are going to have an ad in your face all the time. You put on your glasses, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
Like,
Think of your favorite
and
sci-fi show, whether it's the Truman Show or
you
what
go
was
to
that?
open a
What was that?
door, and
What was that?
it's
What
what's
was that?
helping pay your mortgage
What was that?
is fucking ads.
What was that Tom Cruise one where like the future crime? I can't even think of the title now.
I don't know, man. There's many future Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah, they're all future.
But what I'm saying is like they're gonna be all over the place. If you want affordable housing, you can get them with ads all over it. Like I would not want to live in that hell. And
Minority Report.
that's
Oh man,
yeah.
that's how much
That's
I
it.
remember that movie.
But
Tecmo Bowl. Hey, Fairweather man playing Tecmo Bowl with his son. Yep. Thanks, guys.
I mean, you guys are going way far back.
Yep.
But
That's considered a
that's okay.
retro movie now.
That is okay. My thing is I just want to be able to enjoy video games like anybody else would.
Yeah.
So if you're a person that enjoys game streaming, that's perfectly fine. I can't say I haven't paid for a subscription before just to try a couple of games. Even though I've advised people not to do it because it shouldn't be the norm and it shouldn't be the most popular thing. But I've paid $14 for 1 month to play 30 days of something because I'm pretty sure I could get most, if not all, of the game done. And I got a $70 game knocked out. So I felt like I made my money back. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not for me. But I don't particularly think that we should be replacing it on those other two things because I don't find it to be a beneficial thing for the customer, for the person who is on the receiving end. Because once we settle into it, who says that all these benefits that you have right here are going to be those benefits? And if they change that, yeah, sure, you could speak up, but Xbox is doubling down right now on their plan. They're not changing very much at all. It's, we have money, we have time. If you don't like it, the people after you will like it. So that's what I'm saying is I feel that once again, it comes down to me just saying vote with your wallet.
Amen.
So don't feel like you have to do this. If you, and this is where it comes down to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because once again, I'm going to get the counter argument that it is a decent deal, either PlayStation or Xbox, whatever. It's a decent deal. It works for its price, whatever. I'm not contesting that. What I'm saying is if you feel like the jacked up price, the 50% increase might happen, like this is the only time you're going to do it, and you feel like you just got fucked and you lost trust in the company, don't sit there and go, oh, well, there's not much I could do anyway. And I really want to play these games. And stick with it. And just get roped back in. Because that shows them that that's exactly what they want to do, how they want you to feel.
Yeah.
There are so many other options out there.
Yeah.
You have options. And it doesn't have to be a $3,000 PC, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not
There
all
are
the way.
handhelds out there.
I'm not all the way there yet. So I didn't cancel my Xbox Game Pass Core, which is now called Essential. I mean, I have it for a whole year. It expires in August. I suppose I could have
There are
raised holy hell with them on the phone to try to get a refund.
there are handhelds out there.
Mm-hmm.
There are cheaper
Retro.
streaming services. Like right now, if I look, I bet you if you're going to go with one evil, might as well at least compare. Let's see.
Hey,
Nope,
I was
that
going to
was
my
fine.
local library for like all through COVID and even before that, getting DVDs and even some Blu-rays because it's like, hey, my taxes pay for this. There's a lot of movies I can watch. I find one I really like, I can go track down and buy a copy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me check something out here. Okay, so Luna right now for free. If you have Ubisoft games, you can play pretty much anything in their library and not have to subscribe to Luna Plus.
Is that Luna like
And
Luna?
let me show you here. Hold on. I'm pretty sure.
For the Spotify
Okay.
folks at home.
And like I said, I don't ever endorse freaking Amazon ever.
I'm gonna link the AP story about Amazon's internet
It's
service
not
slowdown.
particularly a great service, but it's better than, it's cheaper. And it could do a whole bunch. It could do a whole bunch for you,
Oh,
like
Joe's got a
just as
comment.
much.
Joe's got a comment here. He says, "I just did a quick search and found this. No, you do not need a Game Pass subscription to play Baldur's Gate 3, as it is not available on the service. Developers have stated it is a full-price game with no microtransactions and is not planned for Game Pass. To play, you must purchase it individually."
There you go.
Hmm. Well, good for them.
Yeah. So you
Good,
can
good for you if you
link
got it or get it.
you can link your GOG library.
Yep.
You can link your Steam library, I believe, and you can do, well, I guess Outlaws works on here because I have it purchased, I'm guessing. Yeah, and if you really want to subscribe to other services, they link to here. But
You want to
Luna
post the
Plus is
link in?
$10 a month.
Do you want
I
to post
mean,
the link in your Discord and or
you
I mean,
can
in the,
look it up if you want. I mean, sure.
yeah, if you want to. Yeah. So what you're saying is there are alternatives.
I'll do it after the stream
Yeah.
because I have to get an actual link that doesn't link to my account. But
Oh, fair enough.
like they have a whole bunch of other games and stuff like that, and then they link to accounts that you have, so you can play those games anywhere that you want. So if you're looking for game
Oh,
streaming,
it's
that's
Amazon
available.
Luna. Amazon Luna is cloud
Yes,
gaming.
it's
Oh, okay.
yes, it's cloud gaming, and it links to your accounts. So if you wanted to, you could get Luna Plus. It's $10 a month, or you don't have to have that. You could still, as long as you have Prime, there are some games you can play for
So,
free,
so these people
or
lost
you
access for a few hours probably when they had the outage.
probably.
Yep.
But there's all these other ones here. You could just
Oh,
go through them.
Joe's saying at least you can play that. Age of Empires 4 was through Game Pass, so that one is out, and I think it's EA, so it requires the $30 plan.
EA
Oh,
is $30 now.
oh shoot.
That's insane. I saw that Ubisoft went up too. It's $17.99 now instead of $14.99. So everybody's going up.
Get yourself a copy of Age of Empires 2. You can still play it.
But like right now, I'm not subscribed to Luna Plus, and because I have Prime, I can play Borderlands. I play Dead Island 2. I can play Fortnite. I can. There's games that you can play. And if you have EA and you want to take your stuff everywhere else, you can do that. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not a spokesperson, so
yeah.
I'm not
I
trying
forgot I
to
forgot how
sell it.
many
I'm just saying it's a better option.
I forgot how
I
many
feel.
things Amazon has their claws into. I mean, when I think of Amazon, I think of their website where they sell stuff, and I thought of Prime with that awful Rings of Power show.
I mean, it's no different than like Nvidia or anything, man. I mean, Nvidia's got the same thing, and so does uh, freaking. I mean, Microsoft, PlayStation, they're all doing the same things too.
But that's why when they have a policy like that, it's so far-reaching, and it seems like you have no alternative, but you do. Now, granted, a lot of it is, yeah, competitors, and
But you do have options. Is what I'm saying, because
you have
like I
options.
said, I feel like with Luna, if you have Prime, you at least have 10 games you can stream anywhere.
Mhm.
Plus, if you link your libraries to it, as long as you own the game, you can do the same thing for free that you could do with Xbox
He's
or
got a copy of
PlayStation.
Age of Empires 3. Yep. Sometimes you have to go back. I mean, a lot of those game series, I mean, I know they inspire loyalty and everything, but some of them are okay. Halo 4, not as much fun as Halo 3 in my opinion. Not as much fun as Halo Reach. It's got better graphics, but
I haven't played Halo 4 in a long time, but I last time I remembered, I enjoyed playing it.
it's a good game. But I'm just saying, like side by side, like if you ignore the upgrade in graphics, I think the older games are more fun.
I don't
Yep.
know. I played the storyline with
Yeah.
a co-op. It was all right.
Yeah. Well, and I will say that I'm like a lot of people, like I play the campaign once and then I just play lots and lots of multiplayer with those type of games. But I mean, go back into the co-op
Anyway.
campaign. It's worth it. Yeah.
Anyway, like I was saying, there are options available for you. So once again, if you feel like you've been done wrong, take action. That's all I'm saying.
Get an external drive. Yep, that's what I did.
Sure. Oh no, you're talking about the other topic there. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to beat the dead horse, but like I said, if you feel that you have been wrong or been done wrong, don't feel like you're stuck.
Yep.
There's other options.
Yep.
Let's see.
Just make yourself a way. Go full speed. Yep, I've got an external CD-ROM drive or DVD-ROM drive. I've got several external hard drives. I've got an external floppy drive too. Because some of these games that I bought like are on floppy disk, and I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm backing the thing up right away. But yeah,
don't want to know about your floppy drive. Okay.
Listen here, no problem there whatsoever. I survived all these years without an Xbox. I'll survive without it now. That's the spirit.
Okay, so last topic I have, because we kind of went pretty long with that one. Last topic I've got, and that is the leak. We're going to our first leak.
Yeah.
Leaks.
Jacer anticipated. He's like, back to dice, card, and board games. Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. So leaks, we've got the KOTOR remake leak. So I talked about the KOTOR remake that Aspire picked up and then fucked up, and then they canceled it, and then it wasn't canceled because Saber Interactive was taking it. I don't know who the fuck Saber Interactive is. I don't know what studio that was supposed to be, but it's been in like production limbo forever, I guess. I thought it was canceled, but I got news that it wasn't canceled a couple months ago. I think I mentioned it on stream. And now I have news that it is canceled still. So I don't know for sure, but I've got a couple links here. And like I said, let me see here. So this is March 18th. And I'll throw this one into the Discord here. So that one's saying that it's not canceled.
This is Schrodinger's KOTOR remake. Is it canceled?
And then there was a leak. Let me go ahead and pull up something that's not from MSN. So the starwarsnews.net, this was as of October 3rd of this year. And this one was saying, so maybe in the last couple of months. But this one says, new leaked images show off renders and features from Aspire Media. So maybe they're talking about the canceled version from Aspire. So, though not the one that Saber Interactive is heading, or that's still working on, I guess. I don't know. But they had unfinished assets that they were showing off here. So stuff from the game. So you get like renders of vibro swords, tools, Republic Soldier's helmet, bracers, and they all look really good. But I guess this was all from the render, or all from the version of the game that was brought to Aspire's corporate office, and they were like, "Nope, this looks bad. You guys are nowhere near ready." And they like fucking threw them off the project.
Wow.
Because I mean, you and I were doing a rantcast when we heard about that.
Yeah. Yep. Tragic.
So according to StarWarsNews.net, they had let's see.
Yeah, I can throw this on the screen. I'm gonna
They have
share.
a hallway, a console, a cart from the Endar Spire. Assumption was corroborated by MP First, who reported that the designer who posted these images said they were mostly from early parts of the game. Designer also stated that the game's weapons were planned with a customizable component allowing players to swap out modules.
Cool.
Customizable function alone would have added a lot of value to the remake. The original game had a system where you could modify blasters and lightsabers, but not change the appearance of the weapon. It only changed the stats. So you'd be able to change the appearance of your weapon.
Yeah. Gun skins.
Yeah, but this is about as new as we have. But they were saying it was canceled, and like we kept getting like, oh, it's canceled. No, it's not canceled. And I couldn't tell if they were just talking about the Aspire one, like the one that was headed by Aspire, because I guess they are headed by two different developers now, or another developer took their place.
Sorry, I'm having to resize my window here. I'm showing the article. So, okay, here we go. Star Wars News Network. Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. There we go. This is from October 3rd.
And unlike this one from March that says that came from Gfinity, which stated the KOTOR remake was not canceled.
So is this just
and was
Oh, yeah, never mind. I know what it is, yeah.
which was stated by Saber CEO Matthew Cart. He said that the Knights of the Republic remake was alive and well. In a recent interview with GameFile, he reiterated that KOTOR is still in development, but he couldn't share anything, which is funny because it's been 4 years now. I feel like this is kind of like the didn't we were promised an Elder Scrolls like back in 2017 by Bethesda, which I believe is just gone. It's either gone or it's sitting somewhere, almost done. And ever since Microsoft bought them out, it's just not getting done now. Like Starfield barely made it out of the gate. Now we're not getting that new Elder Scrolls ever. It's just not happening. If it does get out, it's going to be really disappointing because it's been almost a decade
Shame.
since they announced it.
Dang.
Yeah, bro.
Sad.
Yeah, that's how crazy it is because we've had the KOTOR remake we were talking about it like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was announced in 2021, so it's been in development for 4 years now.
Shoot.
And we're probably not going to see anything on it for another 4 years.
Development hell.
But Saber Interactive, they don't make anything. I think they were made just specifically for this.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe? Oh, no, I lied. Turok Origins, Jurassic Park Survival,
Oh, dang.
Hellraiser Revival. Oh God, these are all not great video games.
Schlocky, like tie-ins.
Evil Dead the game. They were responsible for Teardown.
What's ES5?
This is Saber? No way. Okay, well they've done SnowRunner
Jacer's
and
saying
Teardown.
they remake ES5 again and again. What's he talking about? Sorry, I don't know the.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. ES5. What are you talking about?
Elder Scrolls.
Oh.
Nobody calls it ES, but Jacer calls it that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You talk about Skyrim.
Yeah. Daggerfall Arena.
So okay, I know who Saber is now. I got it.
Got him.
Yeah, they did Teardown. Teardown's an awesome game.
Okay.
Teardown and SnowRunner, and they got Expeditions. Yeah, okay. So they have a couple of good games. I don't know about their other ones, but they have some stinkers in here too. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping that they have their to be announced games in here too, like Jurassic Park Survival and Turok Origins and John Carpenter's Toxic Commando and Hellraiser, Busbound, Docked. Those are all to be announced, and I do not see KOTOR in here whatsoever.
Wow.
So, yeah. Maybe it's in the news.
Well, at
Or
least
maybe they're just keeping a big old lid on it.
hey, you still got classic KOTOR and you got mods up the wazoo to enhance it, which you've done on your
But
stream before.
I did do the KOTOR 2 with the what do they call it? It was like it was a mod that put the incomplete stuff back in the game.
Nice.
So
Yeah, but I mean, you did
you could
runs
actually
of.
finish the game. You could beat the game and it actually made sense.
Oh, got him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I love it when fans do stuff like that.
They did it for KOTOR too, because there was a lot of incomplete shit with KOTOR that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
And I mean, not as much, but yeah, I didn't know that they had
Yeah, KOTOR was
a
more
mod for
well
that too.
received than the sequel, but yeah, it's kind of like a redemption story for it.
Because it's Obsidian, man, and Obsidian does games fast, real fast, because they get
Fast.
really crappy deadlines. And I think they did a really good job for the time they had. But that's why there's that mod, because that mod throws a lot of crap in there that didn't make the cut, that actually makes the game make sense.
Yeah.
Like towards the end of the game, you lose a companion and you have no idea where he went.
Wow. I'm
And
always
like it kind of mentions him, but like that mod throws the voice acting that was taken out because they found those voices, throws those in there,
that's so cool.
throws an extra level that explains why he's gone, and then there is an extra planet in that mod too. It's very incomplete, but you can play through it. It's like a droid planet. It's pretty cool.
There's a website I'm just thinking of it now called the Cutting Room Floor, tcrf.net for games. I don't know if they do PC games though. It's mostly older games, but I'm always interested to like look up games that I know, like to see if there's any like cut material that is, I mean, some of it's, stuff that doesn't really matter, like it doesn't affect gameplay, but other times it's like, oh yeah, that's really cool. I wish that was in there. And sometimes people have hacked the game to put it back in so that you can see. Like,
Hmm.
if you ever played Maniac Mansion on the NES, um,
Probably.
yeah, it's like a point and click adventure, kind of like comedic, dark humor. Well, I guess there was a lot of like censorship in the NES version, and so like people have like released hacks that you can patch your ROM, and it puts that stuff back in like cut material. So
Okay.
yeah, in the days before game ratings, like Nintendo was a lot more uh, censorious. They would like boulderize their games. But I mean, if you grew up with that version, you never knew. It's like, oh, there's like actually some like a little more mature humor in here that I didn't know about. Yep. That was the game where you,
Well,
you could microwave your gerbil,
I don't know if you mean that figuratively or literally.
literally.
Don't go microwaving your gerbil, kids.
Don't do it.
Anyway, um, I'd say this calls for a short break. I'm good. That's pretty much all I had as far as topics. I did have a couple more, but we're gonna go ahead and save some time
Yeah,
for Kurgan here.
that was
You know,
that
me
was
ripping the.
it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean that was
But
simmering on the surface for all this time.
I would say remember to just price shop.
Yep.
Video games have, there's always a better offer. There's usually always a different way. Convenience is nice, yes, but there's one thing I've learned, especially having Linux as my OS or Linux Mint, and working on my own car, as you save a lot more money and you learn a lot more tools of the trade. So that's all I can say. But I know that like I go too far into it and people like kind of like tune out, or they'll like eyes roll into the back of their head because I'm just like conspiracy theorist
Well,
Andy over here.
the nice thing about it is if you're watching us on YouTube or on Spotify listening, you can always
That's what.
skip ahead. Yeah.
Yeah,
When the X-Files music stops playing, then you can hit play again.
yeah.
Or
I won't feel bad.
if you're driving,
Won't feel bad at
listen,
all.
some of the most fun stuff I remember like driving at night, doing a road trip somewhere, and like you hear like coast to coast AM, and the guy's talking about the UFOs, and you're like, ah, what is this crap? 10 minutes later, like, oh yeah, what's it gonna say next? And you just it keeps you interested. So anyway, whatever
I just
you get out of it, we put a
I just
lot.
know that
Yeah.
there is just always a better, like there's always a different way. You always have options. I'm just saying a better way, but you have options. And I've mentioned it a million times with you know, different scenarios. So don't feel like you're stuck. But anyway, that's what I got. We'll go ahead and take a quick break,
Yep.
and then we'll be right back with the Power Hour, which is
Yeah.
what everybody's been waiting for.
All right. We'll use
More
our
leaks.
leaking everywhere. Yep.
What?
Lot of stories. Okay, all right, guys. So we'll take what should we say? 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
We
Somewhere
can do a
around
10-minute break.
10 minute break. All right, get yourself some beverage, a little snack, throw some cold water on the face. Whatever you got to do. More to come on the TheRantCast podcast. Thanks for checking us out. All right, we'll get our music from Suno.com. All right, I think we're getting back here. Once again, you're listening to the music from Suno.com, produced with the assistance of AI by StrangeBus.
I've
2025,
got
good stuff.
plenty more where that came from now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've used their service, non-sponsored, of course, to create my own royalty-free music for HeroQuest fans. You've probably seen some of the tunes, and if you haven't, check it out. I got a whole playlist now. We got reggae, we got disco, we got rap, we got metal. More to come. Yeah. Oh, wasn't supposed to show that yet. All right. So we don't have you on camera.
Oh,
Strange
oops.
bus.
Hold on. Let's say, let me show you.
Oh, that was scary for a second.
I've got a song that I can bring up here.
All right. We don't no audio jungle this time.
No,
Ooh,
it's based off my movie, The Bus Porter.
the bus porter. Sounds serious.
It is pretty serious.
You gonna share the link with me there? I can put it up.
Yeah, here I'll give you one of them. Actually, I might be able to give you the playlist you just pick. But here, I'll give you one of the.
Publicly shared. World premiere, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah,
Rant casters of all ages. As long as you're
even got it's got a video tied to it too.
nice. Nice.
What I'm working on.
Oh man. I can leave comments too.
Yeah, you can.
All right. Reinstate the Macho Man.
Brother Mer.
Okay. So we're gonna play it. was gonna say, is this for mature viewers? I mean, this is the Rantcast podcast. Your kids shouldn't be watching. All right. Oh wow. How do I full screen it?
I don't think you can with that.
Oh,
Let
I
me
see. You
see.
got this little video preview.
You might be able to full. Hold on.
The deal of the drive. Immature, mature. Yeah.
So I made like a soundtrack for it. So I'm doing this like running gag, right? Where on in Sora I made like a movie, and that's what I posted there. So I made like different clips in Sora. It's like this rip off, not really rip off, but like a spoof of the transporter. It's me, but like, you know, I'm this guy that ran into the Czech mob, and they wanted to bring on more cargo than I would carry, than what they said that they would have. And they broke the rules. So they broke the rules. I refused to cooperate, and then causes a huge issue with the Czech mob. So now I'm battling the Czech mob over some BS because, you know, they wanted to try to scam me over a job.
I've never seen the transporter. Should I?
I don't know if that's the basis of the transport. I think the transporter is a little different. I think it's like he finds out what he's actually transporting.
Oh.
And like
Ribby's response was like, I'm interested in public transportation. And the guy's like, keep talking. I'm interested. I assume that's probably a quote from it.
I think he might have been ripping on me because it's bus public transportation.
Yeah,
that's
what I was thinking. Yeah, I mean, you do have Speed. If anybody remembers that movie, with Keanu Reeves. There was Speed 2 Cruise Control, which I guess is better forgotten.
It's not. Did you say Speed 2 Cruise Control is better?
Better forgotten.
Oh,
you just heard better, and you're like, hey.
Isn't that the one with what's her face?
I never saw it. I just know that like if you mention it, it's always in scorn. It's like, nope, not a good sequel. Nobody.
Yeah, it's not great. I've heard it's definitely not great. Definitely not great.
So should we watch some of the videos too, or we're just jamming out to the music here?
I could go on Sora and see if I can post a video. Yeah, they're only like 10 seconds.
Post one video every Rantcast until we've completed the saga. Yeah, it's atmospheric.
Give me like 2 seconds. Probably just do this through my iPad, but it's whatever.
All you at home dancing in front of your computer screen. Just make sure that webcam has a little piece of tape over it, so no one can use the footage against you in a court of law or a court of public opinion.
That's ChatGPT. What? No. Well, I got this one while you're waiting. Here's another one. This is kind of like a James Bond-esque thing. Let me see if I can find it.
All right.
This one was good too.
Now we're making AI slop. Right.
All day.
All day.
Every day.
Yep. But the difference is we're not charging you for it and trying to tell you that it's like worth.
It's just for fun. I'm just doing it for fun.
We're not trying to scam you into some crypto
There's
scheme.
That one.
Strange Bond. Oh, I haven't seen this one. Okay. Does clip need any setup?
The video matches the thing because I made it in Sora and then moved it over to Suno.
All right. So should I pause the music so that we can get the full effect of this?
Pause the music. Like our music?
No. I'm still listening to Deal of the Drive. I got
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's some quality stuff right there. Yeah. I mean, it's got a beat. You can dance to it.
There we go. Now I'm in Sora. Now, yeah, now I can send you some stuff.
Strange bond.
Okay. Yeah, here's some of the stuff that I've been working on. I could have talked about this earlier, but yeah, there's that one. And then this one.
We get to see some of your prompts, like how you work.
These are all based off. These are all based off the same like movie thing I'm trying to do. So I'm just making different prompts. Sometimes I'll take snippets from the prompts and I'm mingling them in like iMovie or something. But
Strange bond.
well, I can't copy these because they are not posted yet.
Fun. All right.
Can I copy? Oh, I can copy the link, I guess.
Oh, so this is chat.
I wonder if it'll even send it to you.
Whoa.
Nope. I don't think this one will send. Will go come to you, will it? Yeah, it might. Click on it.
The bus porter. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
See, when we do it, it's fine. When big corporations do it and try to like pass it off, it's not good.
Nothing more. We think a little extra goes missing on the way. Nobody has to know. My car is balanced to the ground. You add weight, we slow down, we die. Not happening. Then you got yourself a problem. Hire me to move it. Nothing more. We think a little extra goes missing on the way. Nobody has to know. My car is balanced to the ground. You add weight,
There you go.
slow down,
Yep.
we die. Not happening. Then you got yourself a problem. Hire me.
Coming soon. 148 miles per hour. There we go. The bus porter. Coming soon.
And like I said, the whole album that I made, like it took me like 8 hours to make it.
Yeah.
So
Still cheaper than
because I wanted stuff to
actual-
be like I actually did some work
Yeah.
and do like a bunch because the way I did the work, but like I told it what I wanted and then I like had to redo it a bunch of times.
How'd you get your face in there? Did you have to like take a video of yourself? Photos?
So Sora does what's called a cameo. So you map your face
Ah,
with the cameo, and then you have to say a bunch of like numbers, so it'll map your voice,
well, that's how they do it.
and then yeah,
Kind of scary, actually.
I did it kind of sloppily, and I opted out for data, and then I made it so like nobody else can use my cameo except for like my friend. I have a friend on there,
Okay.
like one of my close friends that
Okay.
like is on that's on there.
So if you get a video purporting to be the StrangeBus telling you to invest in a new crypto thing, don't believe it. Check the source.
No, because the only person that's going to be doing that would be me,
Yeah.
because nobody has access to my likeness.
Okay. And you don't give them permission.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
That's right.
Interesting. So that's how they do it. That's how they get you.
That's how they get me.
Yep.
Are you saying I've been got?
Hopefully not.
I don't think I've been got.
All right. Good. Well, with that awesomeness aside, are we ready for our next topic?
Yeah.
Oh man. So I told you about this, and this was the HeroQuest leak. And I know that Doug Hopkins is probably bursting at the seams to tell us all about Wizards of Morcar. And he hasn't been able to do it because he's got to toe the company line. He's got to obey the bosses above him at Hasbro, you know. you can't say anything until Spiel Essen. And he didn't say Spiel Essen, but Dungeon Master from Germany, cool guy on YouTube, he is going to be at Spiel on Thursday, first thing, right in the morning. And his source at Hasbro says they are going to reveal a new expansion at Spiel. And Spiel is bigger than Gen Con, so this is a big deal. Now, we all have taken those words as meaning it's Wizards of Morcar because the company has never officially acknowledged it. They've teased it a lot. But I mean, it's at this point, it's pretty obvious. I mean, we saw the storefront leak. They laughed nervously whenever we mentioned it in interviews, and even in Carmine said, "I don't know what you're talking about, but if we did release it, here's what we would do." you know. And then of course we finally got the tease at Gen Con, basically saying, yeah, character name of character from that expansion mentioned. Okay, well, the big news that I've done, multiple videos now about is that we had, and I'll throw these on the screen. I've already covered this on HeroQuest fans quite a bit, and I'm sure our friends out in the YouTube HeroQuest community are going to be covering this. Some of them may be a little more cautious, like because these appeared on AliExpress, and AliExpress has a reputation for posting like bootleg stuff of questionable origin, to say the least. And
Yep.
you could have a million caveats. First of all, how do you know this is really real? Second, this may be the stuff they threw in the dumpster, so it may not represent the real product, right? I mean, the photos are really hastily taken. They're really kind of crappy. But I like it because, putting all that aside, I'm saying support the companies that you want with, the creators that you want with your money. But what it does is it fills a need because Hasbro doesn't want to market this thing apparently until the time is right. So, but we get a hint of what's to come. We get a little more faith in what they're doing because we actually get to see some of these miniatures. And why can't I get that screen to come up? Sorry, just a little technical issue here. I have a gallery. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got a slideshow. All right. So these are the images that we've been seeing on our screen here. And there's several different sources here. But basically, you got somebody on AliExpress. Don't know who they are. Don't care. Whoever they are, they were posting for sale miniatures, which look to be from the same factory that produced the Avalon Hill HeroQuest miniatures. And but it's like indirect. It's indirect. It's indirect. We have looked at the original sales, but they all say sold out. Now they may really be sold out, or they may have gotten a cease and desist from Hasbro and just quietly taken it down. But somebody on Facebook, we're not going to reveal their real name, of course. Somebody on Facebook posted these, and Archeon shared these, and Hispazargon posted them in the Yield In forum. So we see several pictures of plastic miniatures, and the photos are really bad quality, but you can basically tell the design inspiration. So the red figures, several of them are from First Light, which is already released, but there were some that we'd never seen before. And there's always a suspicion, like, are these from some other game? Are these like fakes or something? Are these 3D prints? But to me, they look absolutely real, and people have zoomed in and examined them, and there's too many like telltale signs that these are real. I mean, there's like dirt, there's grime, there's like what appear to be like errors, like factory errors, like parts are like a little malformed. There's like air bubbles and stuff. So if they're fakes, they're very, very well done fakes. But
Do you have
basically,
any that are like maybe
go ahead.
like bigger resolution, so you
No,
could probably tell?
this is the best we've got. Now, a couple people tried running through like AI filters, like to extrapolate detail, but that's kind of, speculative. But what we think
Oh,
where
like
it's
upscaling them?
Well, not just upscaling, but there's something you can do where it actually adds detail. And I hesitate to
Oh,
post that because it's going to bias what I think. But the red figures, let me just stop on something here. So we'll just put this up here. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about the red ones first. Okay, so I've just sharpened these up in just my favorite paint program, paint.net, not sponsored. But here we've got the figure on the left, on the far left, you see, is a female wizard. And to me, that's pretty obviously, I think that's real because what it is it's a female character, but she has the pose, like the hand raised, the type of staff. It's straight out of the original HeroQuest from '89, but it's not 100% like copied. So the way the cape is like billowing out to the side, that's how the original miniature looked. But the pose of the hand is how the card art looked. So the original wizard from HeroQuest was depicted two different ways. You had the plastic miniature from Citadel, Games Workshop designed those, really awesome. And then you had the tile, the like character card. So back before they were just poker cards, they had these like cardboard tiles that you put at your spot. It has your character, tells you what you can do on your turn, tells you your stats. So it had some pretty cool artwork. So if you look at the picture of the wizard, like he looks just like that, except his cape is like kind of on the ground. It's not like billowing in the wind, whereas with the miniature it is. So it's a combination of those two designs. And you might say it looks kind of plain, and you'd be right. It's not super elaborate. I mean, until you paint it. But I think it's appealing because it's evoking that nostalgia for the original design, and yet it's a new character. Because I think when the HasLab campaign started, and we had like the female heroes versions of the heroes, some of them are pretty lackluster. It looks like they just kind of threw it on the computer and they just played with the values a little bit and said, boom, there it is. you know, it's like, okay, I mean, the female barbarian was pretty cool. The female dwarf was pretty cool, but the female wizard and the male elf were pretty boring, I thought. Now, at the same time, a lot of people still want those figures, and surprisingly, I haven't seen those on AliExpress because a lot of the mythic stuff they put on, but that's another topic. I'm focused here on the fact that we think that this wizard is going to be included in Wizards of Morcar. Even though the original Wizards of Morcar didn't have a female wizard, there's been this trend. Avalon Hill, when they put these expansions out, except for Joe Manganiello's one, they all have a red figure in the box that's a hero, some variation of a hero. And we've gotten the female barbarian, we got the male elf, so we're on our way. We just need the female dwarf. Now the other figure on second from the right, so the one with the sword raised over its head, looks very much like the scout from the Frozen Horror. So we remember the Frozen Horror when it was re-released had a bunch of gray mercenary figures that you could hire to help your heroes try to survive that incredibly difficult campaign, as we saw. Without those guys, it's a lot tougher. Well, anyway, they had released these sculpts, and as they often do, they make some of the characters male, some of them female. Well, the scout was a female character. This appears to be a male version of the scout. The sword is really similar, but still the blade like is more straight as opposed to like kind of tapering in the middle, but like the cross guard's the same. The shield is flipped around to the back. So again, it's very, very subtle. It's not like I can imagine somebody just, photoshopped a different head on it or, used AI to just like gender swap. It looks like they took inspiration from the original and made a new character out of it. And it's in red, which to non-fans or casual fans maybe doesn't make a big deal to you. But up until this point, we've never gotten like mercenaries that are any color but gray. And I get it. Gray suggests like neutrality. So like you could have a gray figure. Maybe it's a good guy in this quest. Maybe it's a bad guy in that quest. Or you take it as, well, you're going to paint it anyway. I just look at it and it just feels unfinished to me. Like I can accept that the Chaos Warriors are gray because they were in the original. But with these, with Wizards of Morcar, all the mercenaries were in red. So that it's in red here is a good sign to me. Now, people pointed out with AliExpress, like these figures may not be legitimate. So they sell like green versions of the mythic heroes or like dark blue versions of the mythic heroes. It's like obviously those were not intended for sale. And Doug Hopkins has showed us that they experimented with all kinds of colors, like when they were releasing Spirit Queen's Torment, Prophecy of Telor, with like the translucent, green and orange. They were playing around with different colors. Well, at the same time, I think from what Bohemius and Verg and a couple of other people were showing, zooming in on these characters, like you can see dirt and grime on them. You can see like where the sprues were cut with like a knife. So you got this little tab sticking out on the bottom of the base. We're thinking these are probably rejects. Like this is not like production ended and then somebody went in the factory and printed some more to make a fast buck. It's like these were the ones that failed, that fell off the assembly line and they threw them in the trash. Somebody dug them out again and tried to sell them. So this is probably the right color. Now there was one theory that, oh, maybe they were gray and somebody just like spray painted them red or something. But I suspect that they would look a little better if that were the case. Or maybe there'd be less detail on them. I don't know. There's lots of different theories, but I'm usually very skeptical of these things. I'm fairly certain that this is pretty much what we're going to see in the box, that we're going to get variations of existing scouts and probably the other mercenaries as well. So if they're just straight up swapping them, I guess we'll have male scouts, we'll have female crossbowmen, we'll have female swordsmen, we'll have male halberdiers. My only question is how many are they going to cram into that box? Because the original had 12 figures, and they've decided not to go with the swappable weapons, like the bolt-on weapons. So they would need to get every combination that you had in the original, you'd have to have 24 figures. So that's a big box. Now there's always the possibility that they don't do it that way, that they don't just repeat the same sculpts, but if they give us variations, like every character is unique, that would be even more costly, but quite interesting. So I don't know. Thoughts on that before I look at the other image?
Zoom in the axe of the dwarf. It's cracked.
Cracked.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time like deciphering. Are these photos in Discord?
I can put them in Discord. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, maybe I can enhance them on my iPad.
Oh, he has the technology.
Or at least zoom. I don't know.
Zoom enhance.
Yep.
Zoom and enhance. We're gonna get Deckard. We need Deckard's enhancer thing. We can go into the next room, see the reflection. Okay.
Enhance. Zoom and enhance.
Okay.
5 times magnification. See, I can't tell. I wouldn't be able to tell. Yeah, give me a second. Let me see if I can try it on my iPad.
All right. Yeah, but they were pointing out like little flaws. You probably should look at the original, not the one that I sharpened. Here, I'll just remove the one except for the original one. Oh, no, that's the AI one. We'll throw that one away. There. Okay. Well, anyway, this was the easy one. This was the easy one to figure out. So we got confirmation to me. This is confirmation of the mercenaries from the original pack, and this is confirmation of the female wizard. So long-awaited feature. And then these other figures are just First Light. The next image. So while he's working on that, the next image I'm going to show you, which people have seen already. This was the next day, just about. Or no, it was. Let's see. The first one was on Saturday that I noticed it. It was like in the morning, people were talking about it like all day long. And then at night, I was about to go to bed and I saw it and I was like, oh, shoot, I got to make a video. So Saturday night. And then the other one, gosh, I'm forgetting. Was it Tuesday night?
What was that?
No, Tuesday morning. I think it was Tuesday morning was the second image. So here's the second image. So for this one, you got blue figures. And this was a big deal for me because I've long complained. I mean, they've done a good job with the HeroQuest re-release. But one thing is, view embargo strike. Okay, yeah, I was just saying with the colors, I like the fact that we're getting dark blue again. And it's just a color. But in the original, Against the Ogre Horde and Wizards of Morkar, we had dark blue and red as the two colors of miniatures in the box. And stylistically, oh yeah, I want a dark blue. Stylistically, I can understand why they maybe were reluctant to give us those colors initially. I mean, Avalon Hill's done a great job, but like when I see gray, I think unfinished, unpainted. But the way HeroQuest was using the color gray is like as a neutral color. So when you see a gray figure, you're seeing somebody who could be good or bad. So in the Frozen Horror, the mercenaries could be fighting for Zargon, they could be fighting for the heroes. Gray was also used as to symbolize like a really, really powerful enemy. So like the Chaos Warriors or the Dread Warriors were gray instead of green or white. And you had, the Sorcerer was gray. It's like, oh, it's a boss. So when Avalon Hill re-released Against the Ogre Horde, they made the ogres gray. I didn't like that, so I spray painted mine. So mine are red. And the boss ogres were dark blue. The problem with dark blue is it looks really awesome in person, but when you're putting it on camera, you got to throw a lot of light on it. Because if you don't do that, you can't see the detail. A lot of detail is lost. It just looks like a dark blob or a shadow, which is still cool, but then you don't see all the details. So I can see that. And the other thing was, okay, red has become associated with heroes. So in Avalon Hill's release, all the heroes are red, and the mercenaries are gray, and then the animal companions are red. Well, giving us a good guy character that's not red hasn't happened yet. But we hadn't had a mercenary that was red. So if that's the mercenary color, that's great. I like it. And then experimenting, giving us the dark blue for the wizards is true to the original. So I think that's pretty cool. Now they might get some complaints, I suppose. There might be some people that will say, "Yeah, I can't see the detail. It's not as good." But classic fans like us will say, "Nope, that's how the original was. This is pretty good." But that dark color is working against us in these pictures because, as you can see, there's some characters we still don't know what the heck what they are. Now, some of these figures you can tell. So the original Wizards of Morkar, you had a figure like this one on the left, a staff with a crescent moon on the end, a pointy hat, kind of like long hair, long beard, fingers raised like casting a spell of some kind, maybe like a key. It's the High Mage. So this is one of these bosses that you'd fight. Now, some people pointed out this character is like a little slimmer, a little more young looking. And there's some speculation because when Doug showed us that quest at Gen Con, was teasing Wizards of Morkar, it wasn't Groshok that was mentioned, it was Groshok's daughter. And so people were like, I wonder. Amalgam Ash on AshQuest on YouTube did a great video talking about the fact that he believes that maybe they will like go in that direction. So like you'll have like different generations of wizards that you'll be fighting. So you'll have like the children of these wizards, right? So that could be interesting. But would they really give us like 2 miniatures of each one? Like you have the young wizard and then the old wizard, or would it just be one figure representing whatever you want? I mean, in the original Hero Quest, you fought like an orc warlord, and then after you defeated him, you fought his son, like who wanted revenge. So it's kind of an interesting way to do it. Will they do something like that? Who knows? But and Carmine told us, if we were to release Wizards of Morcar, we'd probably expand it to 10 quests because the original was only 5. I mean, you meet each of these guys, you kill them, then you have like a boss rush where you fight them all. They're all alive again, and you fight them again. Is the stream freezing? Well, if it is, I'm sorry. Let me take a look.
I'm not noticing anything yet.
It says it's unstable, but I mean, it said it's unstable from the beginning.
It's just a little blurry. Are we having some internet?
I think we might be. Well, the good thing is I'm recording this, so it's going to be flawless, even if there's problems. Yeah. Bohemia says, I think it's just you. Like, just Joe or just me? Sorry. We'll do our best here. I'm going to forge ahead. Yeah, if you're, maybe try like disconnect and reconnect. Come back, refresh. Oh, Joe, yeah. Okay, so we've got this high mage character on the left. This character here with the scythe and the skull in his hand is obviously the necromancer. I mean, it's spot on. The only thing that's different is the original, he had a curved blade, like a sacrificial knife, like a cultist knife in his hand, and he had like this quasi like Egyptian like headdress on. So losing the headdress kind of sucks, but that weapon is really cool looking. And he definitely evokes, this is a guy who works with skeletons. He's partied with skeletons. He's bringing skeletons to the party. So I like that. Then we've got the Storm Master. Now this guy looks exactly like the classic era Storm Master, except they gave him these weird antlers. I'm like, why the heck does he have these antlers? Well, in the artwork, okay, he looks, almost like somebody from like biblical times. He's got this big robe, and he's got this gnarled staff, and he's got this wild hair, and the wind is like whipping the hair up in the air. And if you froze the hair right there, it's kind of like these are antlers. So I don't know what that's about. But I suppose it gives him a kind of an otherworldly, mystical looking look to him. Well, yeah, Bohemius, that's exactly right. So the whole issue is these were designed by Citadel Miniatures, which still is Games Workshop. And so Hasbro made the deal with them. Okay, we get to control HeroQuest now. We're going to separate the IP. This is no longer Warhammer stuff. So they had to keep the look as much as they could in the lore, but some of the names they had to change, some of the style they had to like kind of like massage it a little bit so it reminds you of the old thing, but it's not a copy, right? It's not going to be confused with something that, is from Warhammer, because you got to have the nostalgia factor. So I think these are pretty good attempts because they remind you of the classic, but they just changed it as much as they had to, right? Now, here's where the mystery comes in. So we know who these characters are. You got your Storm Master, you got your Necromancer, you got your High Mage. Well, the fourth evil wizard from the game was the Orc Shaman, Groshok, the one we were talking about, who has a daughter now. Well, where is Groshok in here? Or where's Groshok's daughter? So we got these two characters, we don't quite know what they are. We got this, I mean, we've looked closely. It looks more like a woman than a man. It's kind of bald. It's got this almost like this bikini top and kind of a skirt, and then but like this big hammer. And I don't know what this object is. If this is like a battering ram or like a piston or a bludgeon or a rolled up carpet, I have no idea. It makes me think of like Trigun or something. I don't know what it is. That made me start suspecting, well, maybe this isn't even HeroQuest. Maybe they just mixed this in with it, because they've done that before on AliExpress. They'll say HeroQuest, and it's like, all the figures are HeroQuest except one. So we had this Wendigo from the Solomon Kane, Savage World of Solomon Kane Kickstarter, and people were like, this is a troll. But it's like that was the only figure that was out of place. But who knows? Maybe it is Nyashak. Yeah, it's Groshak's daughter. Is the first one on the right, 100%. Okay, well, Bohemius, who do you think this character is? Do we have a theory, or we're still guessing? Because a couple people said this is the daughter. I guess just because it's a female. I mean, what is an orc? What does a female orc look like? In modern HeroQuest, they look very human, except they got the fangs. They're a little rough. They're a little. They've got claws. You think that's Morcar? That would be amazing. Okay, so we don't 100% know, but interesting. So this is a mystery character. Some were even saying, well, maybe this is not a bad guy you fight. Maybe this is like a friendly. Of course, then I think, well, why wouldn't they make it red? Or maybe it's a neutral character. But this other character over here on the far right, my initial guess was this is Sir Ragnar. Now, hear me out. From here, I look at this and I think I see a beard, right? And I think I see long hair, and I see this like kind of cloak thing, and he's got the pectoral muscles, and then this is like a flail here, or maybe a lantern, and then this is a sword. But people have zoomed in and zoomed in and zoomed in, and they tried the AI thing, and they're like, no, look at the upper chest. This is like a bosom hair, and this is a braid coming down. This is not a beard. And the character's looking down, and this could be like an incense burner, like a censer. And so if Groshak is the orc shaman, maybe it's like, okay, maybe it's not a shaman anymore. Maybe it's a cleric. So you got the thurifer, you got the incense. Maybe that's what that is. Or maybe this is some kind of like talisman made from a severed head or something. And this almost looks like a sacrificial knife, an ornamental, ceremonial sword of some kind. This could be a skirt. So I mean, the female orcs look pretty rough, but I mean, you can still see some feminine design in the models. So that's, I mean, I'm starting to be convinced by that theory. But then my question is, does this mean that she takes that place of that character completely, or is there another character we can expect? I don't know. I mean, the original Groshak, he looked pretty wild. He kind of looked like he was wearing a jester costume, and he had like feathers, and he had a little. They look like She-Hulk. Well, Joe, actually, that's a pretty good, like a punk rock She-Hulk. That's a pretty good visual. Well, StrangeBus, do you have any thoughts on these mystery characters, or
So
how's the AI thing
I don't
coming?
know. It's still pretty blurry over here. And I don't really have too much to compare them to,
Yeah,
but they look good. I mean,
yeah.
so I don't see anything like that looks fake to me. So but I don't have anything to compare them to.
Well, that's where we need to actually grab the images.
And I'm not very experienced in this, but I'm looking for like like a lot of air bubbles or cracks or damage.
Yeah.
So I mean, they look pretty good. So
So
hey, chill.
I'm gonna throw in an image here. Let's take a look at. So these are the vintage Wizards of Morcar that somebody painted quite expertly, I think. So, and these paint jobs that they've got are pretty faithful to the original card art. So I just grabbed this off the internet, but this was painted by Tim Dams. So timdams.com. So credit there. So we got Groshak. So again, he kind of looks like a court jester. He's got the Santa hat with fur, lightning bolts. He's got this little like rattle with a skull on it, with a mohawk. He's got a feathered like totem thing. on his spear. Here we've got the necromancer. Again, he's got the ceremonial dagger. He's got the skull in his hand. He's got this big ornate headdress. You got the bones. And then here you got the high mage. And you got the key, crescent staff. You got the ring, the hand gesture. And then you got the Stormmaster. Now you got this weapons rack behind him. But, you know, Stormmaster, he's got his staff. He's got his fist raised. He's got his beard. He's got his amulet around his neck, bag. So that's like the classic look.
Okay.
And if I get a picture of the original miniatures, they're going to have a lot of light thrown on them to really bring out the detail. I guess I could grab, so here's an image of some metal miniatures. They do exist. This is from Molesto Dante's page, I believe. So let's grab that. So again, this is from the vintage era. These were unreleased though.
Those are all colored though.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on the screen. I just lost
So are these ones supposed to be colored? Like, are the new ones supposed to be colored in?
No,
Or are they supposed to?
yeah, they're supposed to be just single color. Okay, so this image here, these are, let's say, the prototypes that they, back when they did miniatures primarily in metal of what the Wizards of Morcar looked like. And I know that they're extremely rare. These are extremely rare nowadays. And some people have like recreated them. Like I guess they've done like casts of them and like made them in metal, and those I'm sure are even harder to get your hands on. But you can see the detail in what the Wizards of Morcar looked like originally. So you've got Groshok, the Orc Shaman. You've got the Stormmaster. I always forget the names. It's Baruch and Fanrax, and I forget the other names. But anyway, Stormmaster on the end, Orc Shaman, Necromancer, and High Mage. So you compare these guys to the new ones. So let me just, but these guys would have been dark blue. And so the detail is very hard to see like in photos. So we get these guys. Okay, that's not showing. I'm just clicking all over the place here. Okay, so there's the new ones. The ones we suspect are going to be in the box. That, for all we know, will come out this year still, or maybe early next year. So we got, you know, pretty close inspiration. Don't know what this is still, but here you got those two together. This one and that one, I guess. But I mean, if the Orc Shaman is the daughter and not himself, you know, and it's not a sex swapped version of him, it's a totally different character. So okay, doesn't have to look the same. And then the Stormmaster. Oh, we're getting some comments here. Bohemius thinks it's a complete replacement, so you don't think we'll ever fight Groshok in this one. Bohemius also says Morcar looks like he has. Oh, this character. He's calling this Morcar. I don't know. And Carmine did tease us with that because in the original game, the evil wizard you face, who controls everything, is Morcar. In the version that I grew up playing, they called him Zargon. We never actually faced him like as a character in the game, but there's all kinds of theories. I mean, and Carmine was like, "I can't wait to drop that bomb on you." So it's like, okay, so is he gonna like reveal that they're two different characters? Is this like Fight Club? What is this? But anyway, Bohemius is thinking that that's Morcar. He says, looks like he has two hammers and a smith apron. I think he's like a new kind of caster, a forge smith, rune smith connected with the golems. Okay, so maybe he like builds things or something. He hammers things out of stone. Joe says, the High Mage looks like the wizard from Warhammer Quest and Old School Talisman. Oh yeah, Warhammer Quest. Yeah, because after HeroQuest was long gone, Games Workshop made their own spin-off called Warhammer Quest, which was more of like a modular dungeon game and had some more role-playing elements. It was pretty popular, and they still make new versions of it. The problem is it sells out so fast. It either sells out super fast or it's super expensive. So it's kind of out of reach of the average player. They did a lot of releases at Barnes & Noble, though. I still haven't gotten any of them. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Joe. He's got to get to bed. Catch the rest in the replay.
Have a good night, Joe. Take care.
Yep. Hope you get your game back.
Yeah.
Some of
I
it.
still can't tell the difference, though. For me. Like, I mean, I can hear, but like.
Yeah. Well, the big question is, what is this character here with the hammers? We don't know what it is. And is this character here with
you're trying
sword,
to guess. You're trying to predict.
Yeah, the
Who
identity.
these are going to be.
Right.
Oh.
Or are we completely wrong? I mean, I'm starting to believe the people who are saying this figure on the right is a female orc of some kind who's in the story. And what female orc could there be? Well, that was Doug's tease. Is Groshok like writes a letter that says, I failed you, my master, but my daughter will, put things right or something. And so it's like, okay, so who is she? Don't know. But anyway, I think at least I think we're basically guaranteed at least 3 of these characters are in the box. Maybe all of them are. And at Spiel, we'll know for sure. But there's one more picture. And that is maybe the most controversial one out of the group. And that is this one, which I was hesitant to show, but here it is. So this is also from AliExpress. And again, the same person is posting all of these. So is he mixing in some to like throw us off? Is he in on it? Or is he just dutifully reporting what we got? So here we've got these weird kind of green figures. And people have been calling these like stone golems or like living statues, magical robots. They've got like this ornate armor. One of them's female, one of them's male. I mean, we've seen statues before in HeroQuest.
These would be like bosses, like the what do they call it? Like in the Frozen Horror with the help me out here. I'm having a brain fart.
Polar War Bears or Yeti.
Like with like the Yeti.
Yeah, it could be a big, really powerful. I mean, they're kind of obscured in the background, but this base that they're on looks like a surfboard. In modern HeroQuest, that's like the double base. So like the giant wolves took up 2 squares. So these could be bosses. Now, unlike the statues from Rise of the Dread Moon that were on bases, I mean, they were up on plinths or whatever. They were standing on top of like a box. So it was obvious they were furniture, right? And so some people like were cutting the box off and then putting them on a round base to say, oh, it's a character. It's an actual character. Of course, they had like cracks and stuff in them. These guys, Bohemius was showing us that there's like little air bubbles and little like bits of grime on them. You can see flaws. And I mean, is that part of the aesthetic? Oh, there's cracks. Yeah. Okay, so I believe it. These are meant to be like living stone or some kind of like magical construct and not just like not just a dude in armor, right?
It's gonna be hard to take down then, huh?
Yeah. Of 1 body point. No, just kidding. Yeah, they'll probably be like really tough. But the question is, are these really from HeroQuest? Are these some other game that just got mislabeled? I mean, these characters don't exist in the original Wizards of Morcar. But like in Carmine said, well, if we did release it, we would expand it. So they're probably adding all kinds of stuff that we can't guess, right? We have no idea what these guys' role would be. Now, here's the most controversial part so far. These two things at the bottom, are these in HeroQuest? You got, looks like a mimic. So you got this treasure chest monster with a bunch of eyes and these goofy teeth. Very cartoonish. He's got these little feet. Now, to be fair, a lot of fans over the years have taken the mimic, which I think is most well known from Dungeons and Dragons, and imported it into their HeroQuest games for fun, you know? And the art is almost always very exaggerated, very cartoony. I mean, I think of like Venom from the comics. You know, he's got the big teeth and the big flapping in the breeze tongue, you know, big googly eyes. I guess Venom didn't have googly eyes, but you get what I'm saying. Very, very over the top. And people were saying, yeah, this aesthetic doesn't match. I think Hispazargon was like, I'm horrified to see this. If this is really HeroQuest. But then again, I remember my reaction to the goblins, the goblin design, when they first showed them in the HasLab campaign. I'm like, these do not look like the goblins of HeroQuest. They got the big goofy heads and the big bulging eyes, and they just look really strange. Now, looking back, I see, okay, what they were trying to do is evoke the aesthetic of Pathfinder, because Pathfinder was really popular, and their goblins looked like that. When we got the actual plastic of those goblins, when it's properly scaled and everything, they didn't look so silly as when they were like in CGI and blown up. So I kind of got over that. But at the time, I was like, no, that looks stupid. That looks silly. Here, I don't know. It's kind of another level. Like, what purpose would this serve in the game? Like, it's obvious it's a monster. Or would you like you'd have the regular treasure chest and you search for treasure. Oh no, just kidding, it's a monster. And so you take it off the board and you put this guy down, and then he runs after you. I mean, that could be fun.
Well, he just has a couple answers there.
Okay. All right. The orc in the old version looks like a jester for a reason. Founded in Warhammer lore, that is why they changed also the orc appearance. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I have the books, so I have the core rules of Warhammer Fantasy Battle 3rd edition, and I have Warhammer Fantasy RPG 1st edition, but I haven't read that. I need to like dig that out and probably read some more, unless it's in a supplement or something. So thanks. That's good. That's helpful. And then he goes on to say the orc caster wears bells and jester caps to be visible, so the other orcs can stay far away from them because they have a tendency to not control the wind of magic and be very explosive. All right, sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. Chaotic magic. Well, then we've got this other thing next to it, and this is a door. It looks like a door with like little monster feet. But I was expecting like, I don't know, big teeth or something like in the doorway. Like you try to go through the door and it eats you, but what is this on the front? I don't know what it is. Is it transforming? Is it in the middle of like forming into something else? But do you really need plastic figures for this? I mean, if you want to take a piece of furniture and say it's a monster, it's then darn right it's a monster. But I suppose this would inspire people in their imagination to say, oh, yeah, well, maybe we have an adventure where something weird happens with the furniture and it starts attacking you. Maybe this magical guy who can control things or build things is bringing statues to life, bringing treasure chests to life, bringing doors to life, you know, causing chaos. Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? I'm guessing a bad guy. So I guess you walk into a room and you think you're safe, but really there's a bunch of potential monsters about to attack you. So can you preemptively start chopping up the furniture, or do you just gotta wait until they spring it on you? Guess we'll find out. The door mimic has a weird design, yes. So I don't know. StrangeBus, you've played some other games besides HeroQuest. Do you have any experience with like what is it, artificers or mimics from other?
So we did some of those, like like are you talking about like the trap chests?
Yeah.
We did a couple of those in like D&D.
Hmm. So how do they
Um,
work?
I'm looking forward a lot though to the big guys. because those remind me a lot of the kind of like the Yetis, the full frozen horror.
Yeah.
But for D&D, I can't really remember how we did the mimics. Because when we did D&D for Star Wars, we laid a board down.
Hmm.
So we laid um I don't know if you guys remember the plates that I had for the Star Wars minis game, but we laid down the minis, kind of like those minis cardboard pieces.
Hmm.
So if we were in Coruscant, we laid down four of those cardboard environments, and then if we did like kind of like a trap, we covered those up.
Hmm.
Or I would kind of have to use my imagination for that. That's about as close as I'd get to for like a construct or a mimic. Droids would also be kind of a thing that would be used kind of close to that.
Hmm.
Um, I would kind of do a thing with like faulty droids
Oh, this
because droids were
cartoon has
useful
got a
for
bad
like
motivator. Look.
yeah, yeah. Droids would also be good for like hacking or um,
Cool.
if like the droid that your companion was traveling with, if they had one, did not meet the requirements, maybe a droid in the area, like if they were in a kind of like in a Sith area or like I don't know in like an officer building, there might be a droid nearby, like a unit that would know like the door code or would know security clearance codes. So if it was faulty, it could malfunction and cause issues. So instead of getting loot or rewards, it could cause them harm.
Makes sense. Well, that's making me think of different things. I
Sorry,
yeah.
I was like really excited, and then you guys were like, "Well, let's compare these," and I was like, "I have nothing to reference these for."
Shoot. Well, no, you've given
And
me
then
some ideas here.
I tried to like blow them up, and they got really blurry. And then I tried to look for like air bubbles or cracks, and it looks like they all have those.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's normal or if it's just because they're blurry. I have bad eyesight, so I didn't really know
Well,
what to do for my opinion. Like these, the ones that you have up on the screen look great.
but like, look at the sword. You can see
The-
there's like some schmutz on there,
I
some
don't know if these are
grime.
supposed to be are these supposed to be HeroQuest figures though, because the
People
art
are.
design looks a little different.
It does look a little different, yeah. Well, that's why I'm kind of skeptical. Like, once we get an idea into our heads, we run with it. So I was gonna say what you were talking to me about, and what Bohemius was saying in the chat. What if that character that we saw a minute ago with the big like hammers is, yeah, he hammers out magically, like turning, inanimate objects into like magical robots basically. So what if he can take a treasure chest and turn it into a little monster? What if he can take a door and turn it into this? What if he can take these statues and create a big, warbot to fight for him? He might be a good guy, he might be a hero, or he might be a bad guy, right?
They look like Guardians
Guardians, yeah.
more than anything, and the art style just looks different.
It does. So these might not be HeroQuest at all, because there's a lot of games out there that use these sort of bases. My thought was, though, what game would this be? I wonder. I don't think it's HeroScape, which is another Hasbro game. I mean, licensed through Renegade Game Studios, because their double-based characters have like kind of it's like a peanut shape rather than just like a surfboard. Now it's true that there's like objects in the way, but I think if you took those objects away, you would see it's just a nice oval. So I don't think it's HeroScape, and it's not Betrayal, because Betrayal, they haven't released any expansions that have this sort of like fantasy theme. They're all like, 1980s horror movie aesthetic, or 70s. Uh, it might be a completely different game, but there are a lot of figures that are made of the same
Is
type
it
of
maybe like
plastic.
reference or like a beta or maybe something that they probably pulled to look like it?
Maybe. I don't know. It's questionable. But you could imagine ways that they could fit into the game if they were real. No. Compare them with the Ogre Horde furnitures, please. Confront. Okay. Well, yeah, let me see if I can grab some pictures here. Because the Ogre Horde remake had additional furniture, and that furniture was kind of exaggerated, kind of, because it's supposed to be for ogres, right? They're big and bulky and monstrous. Just pulling this from the internet here. Okay, so there's Bohemius. There's the Ogre Horde furniture. So we've got our ogre throne with the big cat face on it. Gotta love that. And you got the big stone gates. Oh yeah, I think I can see what you're talking about. It's like this fantastical kind of like Indiana Jones, like ancient temple like aesthetic going on. It's got these like little runes on there. Yep, the runes on the knees. Okay. Let's look closely. This is what we do. This is definitely a HeroQuest fans thing that we do.
You guys are like
Zoom.
researching, like, oh my gosh, that's like a pair and contrast sort of deal.
Yeah.
Is this even the Rantcast anymore? You guys are like doing like, you guys are like doing archaeological digs. I'm like
It's never
getting
marvelous
tongue
fun.
tied.
Yeah. Okay, it's really hard, but yeah, somebody has deciphered that and made an alphabet out of it, I'm sure. It's like a G and a backwards G, and then these here. Oh, we got the thing on the sword. I mean, maybe. I mean, lots of fantasy likes to put runes and stuff. I mean, The Hobbit, lots of runes, moon letters. But yeah, maybe. We'll find out in a couple days. Still, it's fun to speculate. Yes, that's what I do. Don't judge me, says Bohemius. The throne. Okay, so the throne is what you wanted to look.
Saying,
Yeah.
just saying.
Oh, I forgot. There's like little runes there. I bet if we translate it, it says all your base are belong to Doug Hopkins. Yep,
Sure does.
got him. All right. So that's what I got, and I half expected to look in the Discord and see like even more reveals, but so far those are the leaks. That's what happened. That's what we were talking about and freaking out about for the last few days. So I think people are positive when they see all that stuff, except for the mimics. I think people were kind of like, I don't know about this. It looks kind of goofy. I mean, I think mechanically it'd be fine. I think it'd be great. Like you were saying, um, Strange Bus, with your example with the Star Wars one. I mean, you've got all these tools you can use to like make interesting situations happen. Unexpected things. Um, coming up with clever ways to like solve the puzzles in the adventure. And if they
Right.
do that with this, could be great. Hey, Steve RS 2000 is here. I think we're crossing over into time zone. So he says, "Hi, hope you're
Yes, we
well.
are.
Look forward to catching up on the Rantcast today in general. Take on the spoilers. Been exciting on the HeroQuest Discord last few days." Yeah. Well, I was commenting on the fact that, I mean, Doug couldn't tell us anything like more. He had to keep his mouth shut. And yet we have these leaks happening to kind of like fill the fill the void and keep us like talking about it. So even though they're not I mean, they're in it for themselves, these AliExpress guys. They're kind of helping out the cause by getting people interested. Because I don't think, Strange Bus, you tell me what you think. But do you think this is going to hurt their business? The fact that this AliExpress stuff exists. I mean, sooner or later they're going to have to C&D it, right? Don't you think?
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done it now.
Yeah.
Especially with them looking that good, it's taking away, like from a business perspective, it's taking away from the business, and they haven't even released that stuff yet. So we'll see. I mean, maybe they haven't gotten the news yet. Maybe they have, and they're just deciding what to do.
Yeah. Like they wait till they put all their stuff on the table and then go, gotcha. Now we gotcha. Get all the evidence. Yeah.
I mean, I would say that's exactly it.
Yeah. If anybody remembers Jingle All the Way, classic film, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh man.
And Sinbad. Remember when he goes to that shady like warehouse where all the guys are dressed like Santa and they're selling like the knockoff Turbo Man dolls? And like it speaks Spanish and then like the arm falls off. It's like no refunds. But yeah, it's like you think to yourself, oh man, there's this product. I want to buy it, but it's too expensive or it's too rare or whatever. So you buy the knockoff thinking it's just as good. You get it, it sucks. Then you're mad, right? And that's money that you could have potentially saved and given to the real company. So there is a reason why they would want the bootleg to go away, right? And I know there's people who would justify it saying, well, if you make the product rare in the first place, scalpers are going to buy it up. And so then what are your choices? If I want this, either I do without, I pay the high scalper price, or I pay the shady guy who's going to sell me the bootleg. And you can come back the other way. The shady guy. You can come back and say, well, listen, this is a luxury good. You don't have to have this. This isn't like food, right? So shame on you if you threw this guy a few dollars. On the other hand, you could say, well, you know what? You know what you're getting. You look closely at that picture. You can see the flaws. You can see the dirt. You can tell that this is not the highest quality. Like what you're going to get in the box from the official one, hopefully, is going to be a higher quality. I mean, I've complained about how like some of those mythic sets had problems. Oh, that's another thing. Just throw this out there. So I complained to Hasbro Consumer Care that my dice were cracked. My orange dice. They finally cracked after all this time, just sitting in storage. And at first they said they couldn't do anything about it. And I said, escalate it to the higher level complaint. And so then they said, good news, we're sending you a package. I was like, great. But then they gave me the tracking, and it's like, okay, I'm following the tracking, and it's like, it's going to Beverly Hills. I'm like, what? Beverly Hills? Like, I'm not telling you where I live, but I don't live in Beverly Hills. So I was asking him, I sent him an email like saying, why is it going to Beverly Hills? Like, you have my address on file. You know where I live. Like, you've sent me stuff before. Why are you sending it there? So they haven't responded yet. But so it's like, at first I was ready to forgive them. I'm like, okay, they made it right. They're going to send me a replacement. And now they're sending it to who knows where. So I think that's Sika Hashem's area. So if you can intercept that package for me, man, I appreciate it. Anyway, so I'll probably have to contact them again, open another support ticket. But I guess the point is,
that sucks.
If you want a company to solve your problem, you got to be persistent.
Yep.
Be civil.
Vote with your wallet.
Be firm. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the customer service is part of the price. Really. So
Just saying. Just saying.
All right. Well, are you out of gas? Do you have anything more you want to say?
I'm about out of gas.
Getting towards the end here. Talked about a lot of stuff. Covered a lot.
But yeah, I'm about ready.
Yeah. So
I gotta wake up early.
We're not gonna talk about. Oh yeah, you gotta get your rest. Get up early. So we're not gonna talk. There's some drama in the world of Twitch. We can save that for another stream. I think.
Oh no, go ahead. But you're taking it.
Oh
I
man.
have about nothing left.
Okay, that's all right. Well, I try to stay out of this stuff because I feel like it's like paparazzi stuff. But in a way, it does affect the platform that we're on, Twitch. Like, so there have been a couple high profile scandals, I guess you would say. Yeah, definitely scandals. So
Oh, definitely scandals.
definitely scandals. Yeah. So let me get the screen here. I'm going to grab some articles because there's lots of articles out there you could read. So I'm not trying to favor any particular source. Um, and the other thing I got to be careful about is these people have like large fan communities. So if you say the wrong thing, they're going to come after you. It's like, please just chill out. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This guy, everybody knows who this guy is, right? He's been
Oh
kind
yeah,
of,
it's my favorite guy that I hate so much.
he's got a lot of haters. And to be frank, I think he's earned it. Well, anyway, apparently he went too
The
far.
Stan Dickbag.
He went too far. He allegedly
Okay,
zapped his dog.
allegedly. Let's just say allegedly because you couldn't officially see it, but he fucking did it.
There you go. See, I don't have a dog. I don't know how the shot collars work, but it was this big thing because he would do these streams. I don't follow the guy, but yeah, he apparently I've seen clips and stuff. Like he would do these streams.
He's the
Got it.
hugest attention seeker in the world,
Yeah.
and he's a political streamer. So,
Oh yeah.
but
Well,
if
that's
you
the
want to
other
follow politics, there are smarter ways to do it than to hop on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe this guy has a passion for anything. He's just doing it for attention.
Well,
So,
and he's so big.
and that's what gets under my skin.
Yeah, what a lot of people have basically decided is that he's so big in getting publicity and stuff for Twitch. It's like when he does something controversial or bad, they just give him a slap on the wrist and like let him back in. So anyway, but yeah, public opinion has like even people that were defended him like no matter what he did are turning on him now because of the dog thing. Because they're like, you can't zap your dog on stream because the dog like you can watch the clip and it's like, and then he tried to like claim, oh no, it wasn't that, it was just a vibrating collar and I modified it.
I don't wish
People don't believe him.
I wish hate upon anybody, right? Try to keep things pretty tolerable. But he's like there are some really nasty people on the internet, and like he's one of them. Like he's just generally annoying, and I can't like I would advise not diving into that guy's content at all.
Yeah.
Even if it's like shock value, just because.
Yeah. The question is
Like
always,
it's just contributing to his like nonsense.
Yeah.
So
when you get somebody like that, you always wonder, yeah, is it an act? Like, does he really believe the things he's saying? But either way, it's like,
clown.
Yeah,
just a clown.
So anyway, not a fan.
But yeah, we brought it up because he's just like this is half the reason why we don't personally ask for anything when we do this. Like even if we did ever blow up, which I doubt it, but like, and it's the same thing that I've said. Like when I streamed, if I ever like blew up, like I wouldn't require anybody to donate to me or do anything because originally, and I've always believed this, streaming and content creation before even got big were like things where you could probably make money from what YouTube and Twitch give you.
Yeah.
And you can get money from other outlets. Patreon's a good outlet anyway if you want people to donate to you. But it's always optional. It's always optional. And there's a lot of like streamers that say, "Oh, it's you can always donate to me if you want, blah blah blah." But they always kind of insinuate, and it's almost like a mandatory thing, right? And there's even some that don't even hide it. They like insult you if you're just hanging around.
You're a bad person unless you pay me. Like, even though they're a multi-millionaire, some of these
And I
streamers.
just want to let people know, like, it's not super hard to get a loan or to find certain connections out there, get a decent setup like mine, because mine's not like top tier, right? Mine's just pretty high up there. Like, right? Get a starter mic like mine, because, you know, Blue Yeti is blue. Yeah, blue Yetis aren't. Sorry, blue Yetis aren't exactly like, you know, top of the, you know, the rung, but like they're your starter mics, and just, you know, put yourself out there. And then when you get more money, upgrade your mic, upgrade your webcam, get yourself, you know, noticed. Not everybody starts with a DSLR camera, but the truly wholesome people start off like this, and they attract attention. It's all the big people right now that are hogging the spotlight, and they're throwing bots around, or their fans are throwing bots around. And it's getting real hard. But just the premise of sitting on your ass and streaming isn't a hard thing to do.
No.
And just like what Kurgan said, yeah, Much Critical just stated that, like, he was done. Asked, like, no donations are available on Twitch for him, and he set the bit limit so high that he hopes nobody donates, because it's so uncannily high. But like, he's, I think, disabled all of the extra stuff on YouTube, and he's not asking or putting any extra stuff out there for Twitch or YouTube anymore. So if you do donate, it's out of sheer will, and most of the time can't even do it anymore, because he makes an ungodly amount of money naturally.
Yeah.
And he showed, you can go to his YouTube and look it up, but he had showed what his earnings were per year for like the last 6 years, and he showed how much they like exponentially rose.
Yep.
Just by him being on stream, and I can't exactly quote it because I'm way too tired, but he was saying that it doesn't sit right with him because he makes enough money naturally. I mean, it just doesn't sit right with him when a normal person will sit there and put in a 9-to-5 job, work their ass off, come home, and give a streamer, somebody who sits there. And yes, what they do is contributed as work if they do it right, right? If they do it right, not just sit on their ass like Hassan over there.
Yeah.
But like if they do it right and they provide good content and they make shit fun and good for everybody, yes, it can be considered work because you're doing something, right? You're putting forth effort. But the thing is I have a I don't really have a 9-to-5. I work a lot longer than that, but
Yeah. I have a full-time
there
job
are
too.
people out there that have full-time jobs that go out and bust their ass for the American dream, and they come and they put money towards these people, and all they do is sit and ask for money.
Yeah.
It's no different than people out there who panhandle.
Yeah. And they try to shame you
And-
if you don't give it to them. It's like, oh.
I want to correct myself here, make sure I'm very clear. It's the difference between the people who are on here asking for it and the people who are on here having a good time and earning it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference. There are people who actually put money towards these projects on Twitch, like Germa, who actually does big events, and people who actually put in money and do professional, like actual professional, I don't know, like professional setups. Like they actually do like almost movie quality stuff. And if you put your money towards that, that's up to you, and that's more deserved. But like people sit and play video games or do reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Donations welcome, but they shouldn't be mandatory.
Yeah.
Right? That shit used to be free on the internet 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah. The
But it was
whole
just fun to have somebody that you could relate to on the internet now. I shouldn't have to pay to relate to somebody on the internet.
yeah, when you get into that parasocial stuff, it gets really dicey. And the
It,
whole
it really
the
does.
whole like I'm a full-time streamer, this is my job. Like if you don't pay me, I'm gonna starve. Which it's like
That's nowhere near,
that
nowhere
seems
near. And it
toxic.
actually got told, he actually got told that um, he was getting some negative responses from other streamers because it felt like
Oh,
what
moist
they were
critical.
doing, they had yeah that they had to like follow suit or some shit. Like they were getting, it was like putting them down. And I was like,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like he was saying like that's not what he was trying to accomplish, but in all intents and purposes, no offense to him, but it should be a thing that he should be outspoken for. He should be the example
Yeah.
because
Like I got enough
you
money.
know
I was lucky.
there's no there's there is a it's not wrong to get the donations. It's wrong to expect to expect money
Yeah. Like you owe me for
because you get that money naturally.
yeah.
And no offense, but being a streamer shouldn't be something that you get paid bagillions of dollars for. I don't. I never believed that. I never believed that the partner program should be shelling out millions of dollars
No.
because there's nothing good I think that has come out of it. Nobody who's ever benefited from the partner program. Very few people, pardon me, have ever benefited from the partner program and have come out positive or better people. They've usually come out worse or more greedy or more stuck up or full of themselves. And I'm going to tell you, if you think I'm wrong, go look up documentaries on current YouTubers that we used to watch and what they're doing now, because most of them are in jail. They have fallen apart. They lost their lives to drugs. Literally, there's very few YouTubers that are OGs now.
That have
And if
come
they
out of it
still are, a lot of them are
unscathed.
falling apart. They're low cows or they're losing relevance.
Yeah. It's rough.
It is a rocky slope,
Yeah.
almost worse than trying to become an actor and actress.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Good at comparison. Well, and let me say this. Let me say this. I think initially this sort of talk, the automatic response is, "Oh, you're just jealous. You're just jealous of these guys that are popular and have money and can do something that you wish you could do." But notice what we said. We praised people who we think are doing it right, and while dishing on people that we think are doing it wrong. And it has nothing to do with the politics either. I don't care what these guys' politics are. You know, if I wanna get their opinion on something, I'll watch it. If I don't care, right? Most of them
Yep.
though, most streamers, that's not what they do. They're there to show a game or like paint something or do something creative. I mean, there's a lot of them that are running side hustles and stuff, but it's like I don't care about that. I care about how you're conducting yourself, like how you're treating your fans, right? And if you're making like a positive or negative like impact on the platform. And so yeah, somebody like Hassan, don't know the guy, not a follower of the guy, but from what I've seen, I'm probably better off.
Don't
So
want to know the guy.
no, no. You're describing the 90s VIP life. But yeah, I would I like to be a full-time streamer? I would say no. I would not. Would I want that to be like the pressure of a day-to-day job? I mean, people say, "Oh yeah, get a, do something you love and you never work a day in your life." But I think for me, it's more fun as a hobby. And I mean, if I were retired and, I didn't really need anything and it was just like, "Oh, this is just, you know, I can have an extra fancy dinner or something because I did some streaming." It's like, okay, do it on the side, and if I want to walk away from it, I can. Like I think that at one point I was like streaming more than 10 hours a week, and it was like, this is too much because I had my regular job and I don't have any kids or pets or anything. So it's like, if you have that on top of that, it's like you got to balance your priorities, right? You get too tired to do it. But yeah, somebody like Moist Critical, it was a fun video because like he did this great video talking about it because at the time it was like, I guess I hadn't really thought much about it. Like I could have pieced it together that this guy has millions of dollars. Um, but I mean, he's always just sitting there like in his room with his dirty shirt on, and his messy hair, like just talking trash. And it's like, so he gives off that everyman vibe, like, oh, he's just a dude talking about whatever, which is how YouTube started. And I mean, he could be wearing, a fancy suit and like showing off a bunch of stuff, which some streamers do. I mean, they sort of flaunt their wealth, and it's like, look how awesome I am with my mansion and my cars. You get your Mr. Beasts and stuff. Remember that whole thing? We've never talked about him on the show, but I mean, you get all kinds of
Never.
yeah, you get all kinds of I don't know, people who become celebrities, and then people like put them on a pedestal, and then they find out more about the person and they go, oh shoot, maybe I don't want that guy's life after all. Maybe it's not so perfect. Maybe it's a facade. You know what I mean? So I just prefer now, just like anything else, it's like if somebody's famous for something, doing something talented, it's like, okay, great. I'll look at their art, and at a certain point, it's like you just have to make a decision. Like, okay, do I want to keep giving this person my money or not? And it's not about politics because listen, if you get down to it, we all disagree with each other on something, on some level. My
That's
take is
true.
my take is though, if somebody's your family member or your friend, that is more important than all that other stuff. You just fine, agree to disagree. you know, we'll focus on the stuff that we can do together and respect each other for, and that other stuff just fine. It just doesn't go anywhere. You don't have to like just clobber people over the head until they are exactly like you, in every aspect. Because what if
Why
you're
not?
wrong? What if you're wrong? Some people are like that. They're like, yeah, the only people I want around me are people who are exactly like me, like in every way. It's like how boring. Never challenge you on anything. Ah, anyway. So
Or
Rantcast. So that was that drama. And you ready for one more drama story? This is gonna
yes.
be more depressing. So TwitchCon. Apparently there was an incident at TwitchCon of some inappropriate behavior by a fan. Use the term loosely. Uh, and this is a person I'd never heard of, but apparently she's really popular. What's the story? Imiru. So this is for Game Rant. I'm gonna throw the article on there. So Imiru is pressing charges after TwitchCon attack. So this is Game Rant, and so I've seen the video clip. You can watch it yourself. It's creepy, but yeah, it's a meet and greet kind of thing. And this guy comes up, and of course he's like much taller and larger than she is, and he like goes in to like hug her and like I guess kiss her, and she starts to kind of like struggle and like try to get away from him, and then the security guy just like shoves the guy like out of the way. Um, and then I think she goes off stage, like, yeah. So they're calling it assault. Um, but yeah, this happened
That's
at
what it is.
TwitchCon. TwitchCon.
Assault.
Yeah, can't do that. So anyway, the you can read the article for yourself, but there's basically she's making an allegation that they didn't do enough to like deal with the situation properly. They treated the security guard more harshly than the creep. Let's call him that. I don't know his name, don't care. But yeah, I mean, there's weird people out there, and we talked about the parasocial thing. I mean, you and I probably haven't experienced much of it. I mean, once in a while you get somebody that'll just say something weird to you. You're like, that's not appropriate. Like, back off. Like, what do you think this is? But you get some people who become popular enough, famous enough that yeah, you got people that like try to find you and like follow you and yeah, say like really inappropriate things or yeah, try to grope you in public. It's like what? So yeah. Anyway, doesn't look good for Twitch as far as they go. I wouldn't go to one of these things.
No.
I have no desire. I mean, years ago, if you'd asked me, do you want to meet people that you met on the internet? I'd be like, hell no, never. Now, to be fair, like at Gen Con, we've made some new friends, but I feel like we were lucky. Like, you can't always, you got to be careful. You got to protect yourself. But even then, you can take every precaution and still you get just weird people that shouldn't be involved. So there was another article also on Game Rant. So again, not just favoring them, but Twitch comments on the Emiru TwitchCon assault. So they gave an official statement. Yeah, I should have read this.
She responded?
I'm sure she has. See, this is a developing story.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, she's going after them, and sounds like rightly so. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but yeah.
Like she's suing Twitch?
Maybe. Let's see. Let me see if I can get some better confirmation. Yeah, is she actually suing the corporation, or is she just talking about it? Okay, I guess we don't know. I mean, I assume she'd be pressing charges against the guy.
That's what I would be thinking, is like she'd be pressing charges for like assault or sexual assault.
Let's see. Okay, they're saying in line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they are banned indefinitely from Twitch. Well, sorry, I'm just immediately thinking of other people who've been banned from Twitch and then just came right back. But okay, we'll take their word for it at the moment. Continue quote, both online and in-person events. We are coordinating with the Impact Creators team, and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point, and we'll have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. If you've RSVP'd, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. They have to say this, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, but they literally lied right there. They have proven that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So she's saying that her security guard got banned because something like this happened 2 years ago. So this is not even the first time this has happened. But again, it's like somebody trying to touch her inappropriately.
It's fucked up.
Yep. Let's see. She responded, but I guess she's just talking about the situation. She's not talking about specifically what Twitch said. I'm okay. Thank you for all your kind messages. Sorry, I can't respond. Yesterday, the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon, even in front of another creator's meet and greet to grab me in my face. Okay, I'm not going to get into all this. But, let's see.
Why not?
Okay, he tried to kiss me. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. Or fortunately, he wasn't able to. But a lot of people pointed out. No, fortunately, he wasn't able to. A lot of people pointed out it could have been a lot worse. Well, yeah. I mean, it could be anything, right? Person could try to kill you. Okay. Obviously shaken up about it. Okay, she's upset how Twitch handled it. Yep. During and after the fact. A lot of people have seen the clip. Okay, there were 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react. Let the guy walk away. So they didn't even detain him.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff you could say about like private security. Like, it's like I'm not getting paid enough to like tackle somebody. But it's like, I mean, when there's an immediate thing, like wouldn't the human thing to do? I mean, okay, they shove the guy away, but it's like what? He's just gonna come back. It's like, oh, he's
So they
gone.
they went up against her because her security guard shoved the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So let me clarify that. It wasn't the Twitch security that shoved him. It was her security guy. But what was he supposed to do? Say, please don't do that. I mean,
Yeah, then he's not doing his job.
the guy obviously doesn't have boundaries, so it's like, what good is that going to do? You gotta intervene forcefully.
Yeah, no.
My opinion. I'm not in security, but it seems logical. Well, anyway, so hopefully she gets justice, and I think the negative publicity, it once again, like just like with the Hassan situation, it's like, okay, well, you created the environment where this sort of thing is going to happen, and people are going to react to it, and that's going to reflect negatively on you as a company. So what are you going to do about it? You know, it's up to you now. And if people are going to sue, well, then you're going to have to lawyer up and seriously reconsider your policies and procedures and personnel. I know there's
personnel.
Yeah, I know there's people on YouTube who have commented on these two situations, but especially the Emiru one, and saying like, that's it, like Twitch is done, like, or I won't support Twitch
Yeah,
anymore,
okay.
like I'm leaving.
People having sex live on Twitch,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the other
they're not
one.
done, bro.
Yeah, there've been, like you say, yeah, there've been a lot of incidents of, yeah, people getting slaps on the wrist, bad people being allowed to just come back because they make too much money for the company. Or the other theory is that, I don't know if there's any evidence for this, or this is just people spinning yarns, but they're like, oh yeah, they're the kind of people that would do this stuff too, and so they just don't they don't enforce it. Of course, I think that's getting back to like the Hollywood Me Too stuff going way back, saying like it's happening in a lot of industries, and so they just don't take it very seriously. Just like, yeah, gross, really gross.
Well, I hate to be the downer on the parade, but it's 1:23. I gotta get to bed, bro.
All right, man. Well, anyway, I just say like, listen, we're on Twitch right now, but if this all goes south, I guess we'll just be doing it somewhere else. But we try to stay true to what we do. We try to just have fun and not take it too seriously. But yeah, when you hear stories like that, it definitely puts a bad taste in your mouth. So,
Kicks you in the no-no zones.
yep. Definitely. All right. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for checking us out. And yeah, I think a lot of people are going to check us out on the replay. We'll try to throw in some edits. Like I said, I recorded this whole thing, so except for the very very beginning. So if we need to supplement that, I'll get it edited. Thanks for joining us on the Rantcast, and thank you, StrangeBus, for making the time despite your busy schedule. All right. And we'll get our music to play us out. I don't think anybody's up at this hour, but we could try a raid if they are. But let's just get our music from suno.com. Rantcast.